Hello, ZSR! Today we have the Ocarina of Time Item Randomizer Season 4 Standard Tournament Qualifier 5. And this used to be our annual weekly, but we're doing the qualifiers for the next month for our Season 4, and we are just about ready to start. I'm going to pass it over to Lobster, and Joe dies at the end.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
This is
oh yeah, go ahead.
This is my first commentary in quite a while, and this is Joe's first commentary ever. So chat should give Joe some love here.
Yeah, I'm a little nervous, but I think hopefully this will go well. I hope I'm in good hands. I think Lobster will take good care of me here.
Oh, I will try my best. So we have our four runners here, Tom Poos, Earl Weird, Dylan Meeble, and Cuphat. A couple of these names I recognize as longtime community members. The other two might be, and I just don't know them, but yesterday, or not yesterday. Yeah, it was yesterday. Time flies. Earl Weird and Dylan were both in the top 6 finishers of that qualification race. So those two are, very well positioned at this early stage of the qualifiers.
Yeah, they're looking pretty good. Earl Weird actually has one of the best times so far during the qualifiers. I think, has a third quickest finish yet. Sixth. And Dylan has second quickest done so far. So these are absolutely skilled runners. They should put on quite a show, and that's not to sell Tom or Cup short. They're also well qualified to be on the mainstream here.
Yeah, right now Tom is, I believe, around 60th, which, I mean, it's not that meaningful at this early stage. It basically means that Tom had 2 good races. Both he and Earl Weird now, I think, have 2 finishes. And since the top scorer gets eliminated, basically to control variance, both of them are, kind of in that like 40 to 80 range, where their second best race was, like 700 to 900 points.
Definitely solid finishes for that. Just to go over anyone that wants to look at the standings, the way that the rule sets work out is that there's 8, you can qualify up to 8 races. So your first 8 races qualify, and your best result is discounted. So high peaks, low peaks, if you're looking at the board, the best result won't always add up, but you're going to still see a lot of consistency, and it's definitely going to ensure that the best runners are the ones that qualify for the main bracket.
Yeah, and because just as your best result gets discounted, so do your worst 3 out of your first 8. So Dylan, for example, I see in the standings that he got a 0, which presumably means he forfeit one of the races. And you can do that up to 3 times without it actually being counted as one of your scores. But it's definitely one of those situations where you do not want to forfeit, because every result you post is another chance to increase your overall score.
Yeah, any score is better than a 0, but sometimes you just got to know when it's time to pack it in and reset yourself for next time.
Yeah, that's something to consider. The mental aspect. Thankfully, with Ocarina of Time Randomizer being such a long game, it's not very common to have multiple races, official races, on one day. So it's not like you have to stay in a good mentality for a race later in the same day. But Yeah, the mentality is important, and if you are doing very badly in a race, maybe you do just want to say, okay, there's no way this ends up in my top 5 results. I'll get an hour back on my night and do something else.
Even if it is just tuning in and seeing who else is qualifying and checking out your competition.
Exactly. Checking out the restream for the extraordinary commentary there.
Also, it gives you a chance to look to see how other runners are routing things out and what their focuses are.
Yeah, looks like we have an adult spawn with Requiem as the opening song. And, Vanilla spawn in Temple of Time.
Well, that's very, very convenient. That just puts Prelude on a lower priority there. But Requiem start pretty much gives you another song to start.
And we're going to get to see our stones right away. So, let me see if I can read these trackers.
Okay, starting with a medallion, with the water medallion.
Looks like 3 of the runners have chosen just to immediately warp to Colossus to pick up that song. And we see that Ice Cavern's on the way of the hero.
Which I'm pretty sure is a disappointment to most of the runners. Honestly, I don't mind Ice Cavern too much, but considering it's not a stone dungeon, it is a little frustrating to see. And Colossus giving the Requiem being ZL just opens up a lot too. That's usually a big headache and blocker for people, but that opens up another song in CAC.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty efficient to run over to adult CAC now.
Which
I wonder
Tom seems to be doing.
Yeah, exactly. I wonder if King Zora skip were legal, how many runners would just be rushing. Well, I guess you can't go ice quite yet without a bottle, but how many would be rushing there as soon as they pick up a bottle? Market Foolish, and a hint for something we got right away.
I missed out. Was that Piece of Heart on the Frog song? It was something red. I missed it for a sec, but...
Graveyard Way of the Hero. So probably everyone's going to pick that up in their CAC route. Unless it happens to be a Dompe digging game, which, it could be. And Prelude at Windmill, not the most impactful song given your adult spawn, but could be quite relevant in the child section.
Yeah, depending on where the kid starts out, that could be a huge route changer. Andrew given a Piece of Heart, so not really finding too much yet. No game-changing items, no route deciders at this point.
Yeah, Andrew's Love, unfortunately, not worth that much.
Top of the house is a bloopy.
At least the man on the roof gave you a $5 to clean out the gutters. Andrew's only paying you in her appreciation.
I never know. Piece of Heart might make the difference between living and dying.
Well, who
Hopefully
knows?
not for these guys, but...
if we got a Fire Temple Way of the Hero and a way to get over there, then maybe we'll be... That Piece of Heart will be the crucial difference in getting that 5th heart and being able to clear it.
So Tom picked up some bomb shoes. Not logical explosives, but definitely opens up a decent amount of checks. He's doing Dompe now.
Yeah, bomb shoes, one of the most important items, despite being totally discounted in the logic.
It's almost a little bit of a bait out at times.
One of the relatively recent additions to the randomizer that I love is logical bomb chews causing actual bomb chew drops where you would otherwise see bomb drops.
And speaking as someone who's not the most accurate bomb chew user, that is kind of a bane for all those max logic runs, but
Yeah, you can do some pretty cool stuff with bomb chews. Over and above the stuff you can normally do with bombs. A bunch of logic breaks you can do, like crossing at the end of Shadow, checking the box in Gerudo Valley as an adult.
There's also a kind of a big skip you can do with Dodongo's Cavern. You can actually pop bomb chews into both eyes. That's not considered in logic. So even without a bomb bag, you can still clear it. It's just annoying picking up the bomb flowers inside the boss room.
Yeah,
But something that
arguably
can be done.
the even cooler thing you can do with bomb chews in Dodongos is you can store a ground hover off the bomb flowers that when King Dodongo rolls by, you use that rolling as the damage, and you can ground jump up and pop a bomb chew into his mouth, so you can actually beat the boss without bombs or strength.
If any of our runners have the gall to do that today, I'll be amazed, but that is definitely a possibility.
Yeah, so they picked up Song of Storms from the Composer Grave. That's a fairly impactful song.
So far, Dompe's been pretty barren. Song of Storms might be our progression in Way Hero, but I don't know if songs count for that.
Oh yeah, they definitely can.
Okay, so they can count in logic for this, which might put Bottom of the Well on Way the Hero, if that's our progression.
Yeah, could be. Could be also one of the assorted Song of Storms overworld checks, which are fairly convenient to run in as child when you can do like a whole circuit where you pick up those overworld checks along with Bottom of the Well. Depends a little bit on what warp songs you get as well. You're really wanting to have Minuet or Bolero, or I guess Bolero doesn't matter as child, but Minuet especially.
So it looks like Tom has that idea and he goes quick child at this point. Figure it's not so much of a commitment that he has Prelude. Easy way to switch back and forth.
Yeah, exactly. Most runners do still put quite a bit of emphasis on minimizing the number of age changes because it is a whole cutscene you have to go through. But certainly with Prelude and I guess now it's irrelevant, but Adult Spawn on Temple of Time, it's you have a little more freedom there.
And Dylan's making the same change. Lack of Hookshot does on these early checks for adult kind of does put more value onto child. But Tom's going for Lon Lon now, so he's going to take care of those checks, which are nice open up because of the change in the rule set given Free Zelda. You don't have to worry about the chicken.
Yeah, usually you get the Lon Lon song quite early, as soon as you either spawn or go child. And we'll see what song Melon's going to give us. I personally, unless I have like Minuet or Requiem, the runners do have Requiem here. I quite like going Ranch to Gerudo Valley. Some people dislike it a lot, but it seems pretty strong because it gives you a bunch of Sphere Zero checks, which have elevated importance in Season 4. Yeah, with such a small pack of chews, might see a lot of saves coming here.
Yeah, I'm ready for a reset on Earl's part here. Oh, he's going to keep it. He's keeping the whole huge rupee. All right, and what did we get from Zelda? We got...
Sorry, son?
It looks like we got Zarya, yes. kind of okay.
Not one of the more impactful songs.
It's one check, but it does, if you're not getting Minuet, it does open up the Minuet location check for that song. So
it actually puts 2 checks on logic for them now, because they have Lullaby as well, so they can pick up Dancing Darunia and Skull Kid.
Quite possibly the worst change in Rando is removing the dance cutscene. But
yeah, I know some people have strong opinions about that. They love their dancing dad. Child Spawn is in CAC, so probably gonna turn in Keaton Mask here. And
now here's the guess. Do we see a sub-hour or post-hour chickens? Oh, Tom looks like he's going for it right now.
These bomb 2 checks not really paying off for earlier so far. Both yielding nothing.
So, loss of a big resource here too for him, but so he might be feeling it. But let's see, Grotto for song. And just a piece of heart. So Song of Storms still probably our way of the hero. Doesn't look like it's going to be an easy one.
I think we might actually see a Skull Mask rush here. Just so, like, having this child spawn, which let them turn in Keaton Mask right away, and having Prelude, I think, yeah, Tom is probably going to jump back over to Hyrule Castle and pick up Skull Mask before going Forest.
Definitely seems like a logical progression there for that. And
yeah, like words for swords, I should say, points out in chat. Since we have this nice child CAC spawn, Bunny Hood is looking a little more enticing. It's not something we get to see every race, so I always love to see tiny little Link sprinting around. So yeah, hoping we get to see that.
It's such a nice quality of life pickup too, especially for those games where you don't get a lot of warp songs around early. Just have an ability to clear the field. Would be nicer if they had a bomb bag, could do easier field checks and capitalize on the hood a little better, but so 30 skulls dead.
I've joked sometimes that for Season 5 we should have adult and child bunny hoods to start, so you can just run fast everywhere the whole race. And chickens is a waste of time.
Of course it is. It always is, but you feel terrible if you don't do it when you're there.
Yeah, I think given the child spawn is where it is, it's also pretty easy to leave it for later. So I would actually be tempted to just not do it because of how slow it is. But it's a reasonable choice, for sure.
And it looks like Minuet was vanilla?
Yeah, vanilla Minuet. That means that Sorry was required to get there. Not
that Cup cares. He just he did a skip and just jumped right past Mido. But logically, sorry, it was required.
Yeah, it's one of those things that can have significant logical implications sometimes.
All right, Tempe, is he going to be our Whaley hero, or is it going to be Song? It looks like Song of Storms, or it could be the Sun Song chest, but so that's still a possibility. We know the crate isn't. It's a recovery heart. So yeah, it's definitely looking like Well is going to be our progression from Song of Storms at this rate.
Yeah,
As I
usually
look,
when you get the Song of Storms, Way of the Hero, you just kind of you don't necessarily rush Well, but you try to route it in pretty early.
especially if you're
And they have
lacking for
Lullaby.
explosives.
Yeah, like with this Bomb Chew pack, even though it's only 5, and with Zelda's Lullaby, you have all the tools you need. You can go maybe Scum Your Chews, and it should be a good play.
Is a little painful though to find out that it seems that Bottom of the Well and Ice Cavern are both on Path of the Hero for this one. And that doesn't even really indicate what exactly is going to be the Ice Cavern. Is it going to be the song, or is it going to be a major item pickup?
Well, if it ends up being Nocturne, then that means we have a Stone Shadow Way of the Hero. That could be fun.
So yeah, so going over it. Shadow, Dodongo, and Fire are our stones, which I think the runners are probably going to be a little disappointed in Dodongo. It's such an easy check because you can do most of it adult. Clears out pretty quick, lots of easy checks. Fire, though, might be a relief.
Yeah, Fire can be annoying when you have to go deep for the boss key. We're going to see Dylan being the first to pop into the well at a very healthy quarter of a heart. He will have to confidently sidestep the what do you call it? The bubble that's floating around. Oh, okay. So he's actually taking kind of an interesting route here, where he does the explosives checks first to scum at the start.
Yep.
And then he can avoid, finding an item in the middle of the well and having to have spent them.
That's very heads-up routing on his part.
Meanwhile, Tom and Cuphead both have that extra pack and can confidently use them.
So does Season 4, with the 6.0 settings, does it consider Dead Hand and Logic with just sticks, or is Kokiri Sword...
Yeah, that's been a change that's been around since maybe even 5.0. They changed Deku Stick to work on Dead Hand.
Because I know that in the customizer settings, it does list Dead Hands with sticks as logic, as a logic setting that you have to change. So I'm not sure if the routing considers it, but it's definitely a play that pretty much everyone here is most likely comfortable enough going for. It's 5 jump slashes. Oh, there's magic in the well.
Okay, well, that's going to be a likely Way of the Hero. We'll see if another magic is picked up somewhere else, and keep that in mind.
That's probably a huge sigh of relief for these runners, seeing that, well, at least for Dylan, seeing that early.
Bigoron is dead. I think we probably already saw that.
I don't remember seeing Big Goron dead, but another sigh of relief to be breathed.
So, I guess magic was really our first logical item. Although, Unfortunately, it's not one that you can actually utilize on its own. So runner's still just basically operating off of bomb shoes and nothing else.
Now, I'm pretty sure Earl checked Mido's house. I don't remember what was in there. Was that the second pack of bomb shoes?
Sounds like it. Yeah, 10 shoe pack. And oh, okay, there we go. See, okay, so picked up a strength on Saria Kid. That is the first usable logical item.
Yes.
And 50's dead.
So it doesn't look like we're going for... Well, we're still missing the 40 check, but 30 and 50 are both dead. It's a bottle, which would be nice, but with Jabu being a medallion, we know that we're going to be getting at least one more bottle from something else routing. So,
well, hey, maybe it's going to be first logical bottle on 50 skulls and then Paradox Letter. One can always hope.
I think that there's about 150 people right now that are hoping that that's not the case.
Well, that's fair. We do like to complain when seeds take longer, as a general rule. Personally, I love basically any shenanigans, because all runners are subjected to them.
It might just be a common fact for everyone that just delights in the misery of runners. I mean, who else? I'm pretty sure.
It could be that.
I'm pretty sure almost everyone in chat could agree that some of the appeal is watching people. Well, I know most people that watch my stream delight me slowly losing my mind. But
well, we're gonna find out here if magic is guaranteed. Well, it's not even not guaranteed way of the hero, because there are a couple of Song of Storms checks left, but and as well the digging tour, right?
Well, Grotto for Goron was dead, so the only one not checked, unless Earl checked it before when he was running in Kokiri, is the Storm Grotto.
Oh, there it is. Hookshot in the basement. All
okay,
right.
So there's our second way of the hero in and that opens up so much
logic right now.
Actually, no, wait, it's not. That's not out of logic, because strength was on Saria, and that one can be opened with bomb flowers, which
yeah,
so that one is still in logic.
Part of logic, yeah.
Yeah,
I was mainly just wondering if using bomb flower for that was in logic, but I guess if it's in logic for pottery, it's got to be in logic for that.
Now, Dylan's still sticking around his child, which I don't blame him. Might as well collect all these Skulltulas while you can. You still don't know what's on 10 and 20. But we could pretty much assume that he's going to be going back to adult quite quick.
Dampe digs around and finds a stick.
Yep.
This is really helping my immersion. I mean, at that point, the stick is probably, like, quite decayed. I don't know if it would actually be useful for anything.
Nope, still as powerful as the Master Sword.
Yeah, that's the real takeaway. Who would win, the most powerful sword of all time, or a little twiggy boy?
Dylan's picking up some seeds because he got the hook shot. I'm a little surprised about that, considering he could just Scarecrow Song most of the good checks, and we know that graveyard. Oh, actually, Dylan might not have done the check on the graveyard. Oh, that's a
Didn't
strength
Dylan-
upgrade.
But wouldn't Dylan have seen both the graveyard check and the Requiem, the Colossus Arch?
He would have. I'm not sure if he actually did the graveyard bean check, though. He might be picking it up just for safety's sake, going to Crater? Or, I mean, he's here, he's checking stuff, playing Song of Storms for the frogs, which is a check that did slip my mind. And another... Oh, no, that's a stick upgrade. Okay, that's actually a pretty good quality of life, but...
Yeah, so what actually puts the pillar check in logic? Because I have it here as out of logic. Does it require hovers then or something?
Pillar check? No, it requires Bolero.
No. I mean in Zora's River, the freestanding item on the pillar. Bomb
No.
scaler. Oh,
No,
okay. It's because child doesn't have logical access to that bombs, only bomb shoes. Yeah, understood.
Skull Mask gets a plank of wood. So it was still a worthwhile check because you're still... It looks like Cup's going to want to grab his bunny hood pretty quick with the CAC respawn right there and Heaven Prelude, so checking Skull Mask isn't too bad. Oh. Dylan finds out exactly what he already knew. Zora's River on Way of the Hero, right after he picked up the Way of the Hero item. Although there could be one more check on this.
Yeah, we don't actually know yet if it could be that hovers is Way of the Hero. It could just be the second strength.
Cup checking sword chest. And lines his pockets with some gold. Earl gets his hook shot. And immediately, okay, minuet with that. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I got a hint for Goron pottery bombs.
And Saria Song is giving us Sun Song. One check in graveyard, so that could possibly be another Way of the Hero item, but probably not.
We still haven't seen anyone make the Gerudo Valley play, right? And I guess it's probably not likely to happen in the near future.
No, they haven't done Gerudo Valley play. All they've done is the Requiem Warp, but they haven't done the 2 checks in the Valley.
I guess we could see Dylan do it here.
He's still doing out of logic checks, but yep.
Yeah,
And there's a save scum.
Really maximizing those bomb shoes.
Cup's doing Simon Says. Earl's gonna line his pocket, is filled wallet. Tom gets his magic now. So far, Seed's being a little trolly. I mean, somewhat of an early hook shot, but not seeing too much otherwise. And Cup's doing Goron checks now. I guess with 11 chews, it doesn't hurt to do a couple of these. Wonder if he's going to do the maze with the chews, or if he's... Well, he might just save scum that one.
Could, yeah.
Rolling Goron gives a bit of love.
We're going to see Dancing Dad not dance.
You can only hope that Cup plays the wrong song first to get a little bit of the booty wiggle, but I don't think we're going to get it.
Yeah, sadly, most players take qualification races a little bit too seriously to lose time on Dad Dance.
And there's
that's the third strat.
Okay. Well, that's the second one in logic, but the third one we know about. So that's pointing to a very high probability for that we're going to be doing some early Ganon's Castle.
Yeah, kind of looks like just rush there as soon as you pick up a second medallion. And that will probably just depend on what is the next item that we get.
And so, yeah, it's the most likely. So, Boomerang opens up Jabu, Kokiri Sword, Deku, and Bow for Forest. And
we still don't actually have Ruta's letter, but so Jabu's actually the most
Jabu's
locked
out
right now. Water would take a second hook shot, and Iron Boots. Or double scale, I guess, maybe. But probably not in logic. Actually, definitely not in logic, right? It's just straight up out of logic. And then Forest is in Bow, and Deku, Kokiri Sword, you know?
Well, with early silvers, there is some early right side spirit that's opened up, but I don't think any of our runners would be looking forward to trying that out without some substantial more items.
It wouldn't be too bad with Requiem, I think. On whenever it's convenient to go back and dull, you just warp there from picking up the Master Sword and do the first few checks, see if you're key locked. If so, you do choose as a child. I mean, yeah, actually, you could just go do Child Spirit out of logic.
It is a bit out of logic, but you can.
Chat's making some noise about the hint. What was the hint that we just saw?
Yeah, I missed it. What did we... Irons in leftmost hand? Oh.
I didn't even know that. Oh yeah, I guess it.
Leftmost maze has irons.
Hampered,
okay, so yeah, so hammer locks irons. Oh wait, no, silver gauntlets opens that up. So
yeah, it's just in logic. Yeah,
because logic, the hint usually refers to it as hammer, like the guarded by hammers and maze or something like that. So, but yeah, silver opens that up.
We got Cup Hat going for Bunnyhood. I like this play.
Now, is it going to pay off in the ultra long term? Are we going to see Mask of Truth checks? Is that going to have to?
I think if we didn't see the Dad Dance, we're probably not going to see Mask of Truth. But who knows? Maybe someone really cares a lot about the about creating content for the restream.
All right. Let's see if the fairy's going to tease us or actually pay off. And she's just paying us off. Okay.
Enough money to do bombchu bowling, but not enough bomb bags to do bombchu bowling. It kind of looked like Cuphat was going for the second hint there and accidentally got caught, rather than intentionally getting caught.
I'm sure he's going to insist that it was intentional.
Maybe. You don't usually see players going for that second hit nowadays, because it's fairly out of the way.
It's out of the way. There's a bunch of duplicates on the major checks, so... Although, there is convenience there. Just to
Personally,
double-check
I'm
it.
always biased toward going hints. Obviously, once you get like the Barons and Way the Heroes, you don't care as much about the others. But even if you're missing, if you're still missing a 50 skull hint, having that peace of mind is pretty valuable.
Tom's doing Todongo now, so I'm wondering how far he's going to take this. He could... Well, I guess with strength, he could pretty much do all of it. He doesn't really need the bomb. Need a bomb bag for anything if he lines up his bomb chews for the eyes.
Yeah, technically it's going to be out of logic, but it is a fairly straightforward trick to do. And even if you can't do the...
There's more magic.
Okay.
But,
Oh, that's
and that's in logic, because strength was in logic, so...
That means that it is very likely the Song of Storms for hookshot logic path.
Definitely seems the most likely on...
Which makes it a little better to just go for Water Temple if you're one of the players with Iron Boots and Hookshot.
It's nice. I mean, Longshot would be so much more comfortable of a check, having that going in. But it does open up quite a bit. Earl's checking Valley, which we were talking about earlier.
Yeah,
and is the chicken gonna... The chicken didn't troll him this time. I don't know about you, but that chicken ruins my day more often than it doesn't.
Usually, I can't remember the last time that happened to me in a solo scenario, but in multi-worlds, you quite often land on the ledge and get a check. And it can be an ice trap, too. So, yeah, you often lose the chicken there.
And some nuts for shovel. So, ice arrows and nuts in the valley, so... But he's getting...
Good for the meme percent progression.
So have you looked into the holiday race that they announced? Or not race, the holiday seed where you have to freeze the ice spinners and stuff?
No, I actually haven't seen anything about that.
Yeah, there was an announcement a while ago where there's a special design seed that's where you have to kind of spread some winter cheer, and one of the goals to finish it is using ice arrows to freeze 20 slider traps.
I didn't even know that interaction existed, so that's cool.
I wasn't aware either. I don't know if it's added in, but...
You mean the ones in Dodongos, right? The little spike traps?
I don't. I think it's all slider traps, but I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, that was the weekly last week. The DDR weekly.
Wow, this game is really remarkable at being able to teach you new things after 24 years. I guess when it's based on an item that's like totally worthless normally, there are bound to be some cute interactions that you don't know about.
So slingshot in the scrub for the scrub grotto. Not necessary for. Well, actually, that does. I'm not sure how that plays out for logic for this one for this seed right now with how everything else is set up.
We would still need bombs or a hammer to get that. So anything that slingshot opens is not yet on logic.
Now, so yeah, that kind of puts out the target practice in the forest, but
it makes it a little easier to do Child Spirit.
Oh, Dylan picked up bombs.
Ooh.
I looked away from his stream, and he has bombs now. And Cup has the hood. The memes are real.
Like, who cares about items and logic? I just care about running fast. Tom is having a hell of a time with this rolling Goron. He originally tried the bomb flower attempt, and it didn't work, so he then ran around to the other side to throw a chew at it, and that missed, and now he spent his last chew. It was a sad tale.
And he gets nothing to show for it. Well, he has hook shot, so he gets a song check.
Yeah, I mean, that's basically why he was spending chews, right? This is kind of just required at this point in his route. Just kind of sad that he now has no way to open up the DMC Grotto, among others. The fairy check on Death Mountain Trail as well. Okay, Epona's on Bolero check.
And that is in logic, so we could see a little bit of a check into well, actually, we're missing a lot of items for most of Gerudo Fortress. So Heart and Crater. Did you get what's up on the bean piece, the bean spire? It was a little blurry. I didn't get a good look at it.
No, it's hard to tell on these little screens. I should make a habit of like maximizing the window when someone's about to peek these.
So with Bolero leading to Epona, it's looking more and more like Ice Cavern is going to be Nocturne at this rate.
Yeah, definitely could be. Of course, it could be just a really boring way of the hero for like Mirror Shield, but yeah, there's a real possibility we're seeing Stone Shadow this seed. Oh, was that the second way of the hero for Ice? Okay, then it's very likely for the song. You know, maybe it's way of the hero for Toilet.
Oh,
for Song of Time.
That could do it. That would be pretty meme-tastic. So Dylan,
hey.
Yep, And his second Ice Cavern Way of the Hero hint. Checking Pillar? Or is he... Oh, no, he's checking Narrow's Love, it looks. I doubt he does... No, he's... Not as a child, he went into reverse. But he does have bombs and lullaby, so he might as well check this.
Did we get a look at the arch item? I'm guessing it's nothing.
I think they checked it very early.
Yeah, because like 3 runners went there, just warped there right at the start. So
Naru's gives Goron Tunic, which is not boding well for our runners having to do looking in fire now. Granted, that wasn't listed as Way of the Hero, but it is something that they now have to consider. Tom's doing Forest without Bow. So I'm wondering how deep he's going to be going in. And Earl's there too.
Yeah, most of them probably... Oh, they don't have Song of Time either, so this isn't a great dip, honestly. It's possible there could be an item there, but it's not the kind of thing you love to do.
Well, at least it gives a couple easy skulls, but...
Oh yeah, and no boots either, so... I mean, they can run up and do the recoil to Floor Master chest, I guess. Yeah, that's an option. If they get a key, and it looks like they did.
Oh. Whoop, and like, we have our first fall. Tom goes down.
That's the chat curse coming in. No pen name girl saying Tom is fine so far, right before he dies. Ooh, Earl Weird getting blasted by the moblin here.
I'm not sure with the Cup's logic checks here. He should have known that there was going to be a key on the dead hand, which doesn't do much, considering he doesn't have a boomerang to get the 2 skulls. Now there is... Well, I guess there is one more chest he could have been dreading to check. And decided to do dead hand instead of doing this key check.
Well, Child Spirit ends up being Baron, unfortunately for Dylan. I feel like most runners are gonna go there, except he's the only one with a slingshot. So maybe some of them aren't going to be comfortable doing the Bomb Chew switch.
Are Bomb Chews even, well, are Bomb Chews even considered in logic? Well, he could have gotten the bomb bag, so I was going to say, Bomb Chews aren't usually considered logic for that until you have the bomb bag.
Bomb Chews are just never in logic at all, so Spirit Temple is... Child Spirit is currently out of logic since... Yeah, well, I guess that's maybe what you're getting at. We don't have a logical bomb bag, so we couldn't get the slingshot. Logically.
Oh, Cup finally gets his hook shot.
Yeah, in great style. Just zipped around the bottom of the well and picked up everything. All 3 keys.
It always feels bad when you find yourself full clearing that and the last one gets you the item. Yeah. But such is the life of Rando.
Yeah, it's a lot more palatable when you can throw on a bunny hood and get through it a lot quicker. Looks like Tom's gonna run in Child Lost Woods.
Taco
now.
has the right idea. With Bunny Hood, you could do anything.
You really can do anything, you know? Got a Halloween party coming up. Throw on Bunny Hood. need to plan a last-minute Easter event, easy bunny hood.
Now, Earl's actually dipping into fire. He didn't find... Oh, wait. Did he find the tunic before? I think Dylan found it before.
Yeah, I think only Dylan has that.
So only Dylan really would know that fire's kind of in logic here. So Earl jumping for an early dip into fire is a little bit out there, but... And he warps right back out.
Yeah, I think it's a reasonably common play when you don't have Bolero. I even see people do it when they do have Bolero, but you really don't want to get into a situation where a key item is sitting on the first check of fire and it's in logic and you orphan it, you can't Bolero to get back. Yeah, it's a rough time.
Earl seems to be banking on the 20 skulls right now. Even going for the castle skull.
Yeah, I wonder how much that's for time of day purposes. Because if you go out there, it sets the time to the start of night. Not sure what he would do with that for adult, though. Usually you do that before going child and pick up the child start of night checks, the Richard and Dampe.
But we know Market is not in logic, so Richard's out.
Delilah, it depends how you define no dungeons, right? Like, we've been in dungeons. We haven't come anywhere close to... Well, I mean, we came kind of close to finishing Dodonga's Cavern, but yeah.
I mean, logically, it's not in there yet, but...
That is true. Yeah, logically, we are nowhere close to... You know, okay, bottom of the well is a dungeon, though. We full clear bottom of the well. We're in there.
Oh, we got 9 minutes before it's 1 hour no dungeon. You never know. We might find a quick Kokiri sword and see someone jump down, clear out Deku.
Yeah, maybe even a mirror shield.
I don't see any of our runners clearing a spirit in less than 7 minutes.
It is definitely unlikely, because I don't think anyone's gonna go mode it, but you know, it's possible. Yeah, the only hope is if Dylan rushes to Dodonga's Cavern, likely. Or if Cuphat manages to find a bow here, which would be out of logic. No, that's not going to be 7 minutes though, right? How long does it take to finish Forest? I feel like it's going to be longer than 7 minutes.
It takes a decent amount of time, especially if you can't do boss key skip. Just pushing that wall takes a good 45 seconds. That painful, slow, counterclockwise push.
Yeah, I guess with the second key, vanilla bow is in logic. That's not a check that people like to get, though. Chat singing the anthem of the Yeet Rock. Oh, and a good mean percent progression there. There's nothing really stopping them from dipping Adult Spirit.
Well, Dylan's doing it now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, there he goes. The first two checks are in logic, and I mean, definitely one of them will be a key, so that will open up at least 4, 5, 6 more.
Yeah, I think that opens up 6. They have ZL, which, so they don't have to worry about that check. So
Sadly, we will not get to see the hookshotless Spirit Compass trick. Not that I had any hope we ever would, but it's pretty cool to see.
Dylan's getting just completely bodied by this wolf. Oh, there he goes. Tom saying his Scarecrow song. And Tom doing some fishing here as well. Cubs also going to Spirit at this point, playing Requiem. Figured he has quite enough of the Forest Temple for now.
Yeah, who hasn't had quite enough of the Forest Temple, really? Yeah, King Zora having Ruda's letter is the dream is still alive. With both wallets now found. It's a bit of a slow seed, where we still have no stones or medallions. That's a fair way of saying
Fishing
it.
gets a bloopy. Doesn't usually
finding keys.
Oh, with no fire arrows and no dins, the bottom chest is also out of this right now, so it's one less check for Spirit. It's a little upsetting.
Oh,
long shot. And double defense. Not
Water
the most
Temple
game
beckons.
changer, but does feel nice.
Oh, yeah, true. Another mean percent progression item. You know, you can call the seed slow, but we're what, 4 out of 5 now?
Did anyone actually? No one actually picked up the ice arrows, though. They left them there on the platform. Which is a bit of a disappointment, but
Yeah, like Longshot. So yeah, Longshot was briefly out of logic, but given what we know about the check so far, there just have to be keys here. So I guess there could be one on no, even the one on map chest to be in logic.
I think we're 5 for 5 on meme. We just got a big Goron pickup. Dylan found it in Child Spirit. I can feel Dylan's pain doing this room without fire arrows or dins.
Why is
always-
double defense part of mean percent? Is it because it's like remotely useful if you are prone to getting hit by attacks?
I'm not sure why it's not. I would put Big Goron in mean percent if I was the rule maker there.
Yeah, like I demand a change in the official meme percent rules.
I'm going to start that petition right after this race is over. Look for it
during
on
the
change.org.
race. Exactly. Okay, but realistically, double defense is not useful. Sure, it can technically prevent you from dying sometimes, or prevent you from losing enough health that you have too short a timer. Key on left hand. Oh, and there's a bow.
There's a bow. Alrighty. Now, is Longshot technically in logic right now? Because that would put Bo in logic for Dylan. And he could still, it doesn't matter at this point. I could see him clearing forest relatively soon. Still decent amount of checks to do here in Spirit, so he's not gonna be giving up on it anytime soon. Maybe he'll find maybe he can find he might have one spare chest, hoping for a mirror shield.
Okay, so we deduce that the third key will be in one of the fire checks, and therefore it's all out of logic until we find fire arrows or dins, I guess. Or is it just dins? No, because child could always... then it depends if it's map or the silver's rune.
Yeah, so the last free item in Spirit for Dylan is a purple rupee, so he's on his way out. Oh no, Cup left without getting the bow! Oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, that's a problem.
Crap, I wasn't watching the stream closely enough. Why would he leave after getting that far in Spirit?
I guess he figured it
Like,
was the big item.
Right after that point.
Like, he picked up two...
Right after that point, it's both progression and there are a bunch of checks right after.
I don't know. Yeah, I guess he didn't want to make things go boom.
I'm loving the Scarecrow song from Tom.
I was gonna ask if there was a reason for that one, but I haven't turned on I haven't turned on his audio. So I'm wondering if it plays a familiar melody that I'm just not getting.
Yeah, he even played it slowly. I don't know if it was to a particular rhythm, but yeah.
And there's the second Deku upgrade. So you know where that is. Not that it really matters too much, but if you're going to be doing some kid, let you get a little bit more aggressive with your stick usage.
Well, you can say Cuphat's fine, but not getting the items then could be quite impactful. Oh, Tom just found fire arrows.
Well, that's convenient. Except he doesn't have a way to shoot them.
Yeah, but it does mean it's they are logical, right? At adult fishing.
Yes. Hook shots in logic, so adult fishing's in logic. Plus magic is double in logic. Tom's going to Gerudo Fortress now.
Maybe I still don't understand spirit logic, but like, if we don't know exactly where the key is. If it's just on map chest, couldn't it just put everything in logic then? Now that we have fire arrows.
The problem would be the bow to do it would have to be in logic.
Oh, right, because you got the bow in spirit.
Yeah, you got the bow
Okay.
in spirit.
Okay.
So,
yeah, I get it.
but the bow being out of logic right now does put it so that there's probably another bow somewhere.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay. So there's a bow in logic somewhere. Or didn't.
Now, what is Tom planning here? Is he doesn't have a bow, so we wouldn't be checking Wasteland. He's going just for that upper chest? I guess it's a little out of the way. I think he's going to dip GTG after this, even no bow, no hover boots.
No Song of Time. Yeah.
No
it's a
Song of
little rough.
Time.
Oh, and out of choose as well. And it seems like it's going to take too long to farm up enough rupees to go to Carpet Salesman, but I mean that's a play he could make.
I forgot about the Carpet Salesman change to the 6.0.
Oh, what did they change? Maybe I don't know about it.
Oh, adding him as a lot. Oh, wait, that's right. Oh, well, he gets a hammer. Tom gets a hammer. It's an optional thing you can set. I'm not sure. I don't think Season 4 has it as one of the default settings where you can buy a one-time item from him.
Yeah, I would assume not. So the Gerudo Fortress play paying off for Tom, picking up a hammer on top of the fortress.
Yeah, that does definitely put fire into logic for him now. Fire, though, is a stone. It's not even a medallion. And he is dipping GTG. Which...
So Tom has on his tracker that water is foolish. Do we see that?
I don't remember seeing that.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Confirmed in chat. Okay. So all the things I said about water were a lie. Just out here trying to confuse everyone.
And it is the worst medallion, too, so... Just...
Yeah,
just
you love to
being...
see a foolish stone medallion. Or a foolish stone adult dungeon, for sure.
And water in particular.
Yeah, I still think it's not as good as Foolish Stone Forest, though. And I guess to a lesser extent, Shadow.
I think Shadow is more of a pain than Forest. But
yeah, but
it
also
feels
behind
way
so
more
many...
time consuming.
It's also behind so many more items that like you're less inclined to. You're less often going through it than Stone Forest, in my experience.
True. Forest only has like 8 checks compared to the Shadow having 12, 14 with the free maps. So
I think it's just 12, but yeah.
Cup did his little dip into... Oh, bottle. There is a bottle on Dylan now. So that puts... Well, he doesn't have giant wallet.
So the bow in GTG is locked behind... What is it locked behind?
Epona.
Is it in Logic?
Epona's in Logic. Epona was on Bolero. So GTG is in logic. The bow's now in logic.
Yeah, I was just thinking from like an actually getting there. But yeah, since as long as you have hookshot, you can just run the entire circuit the other way around. Yep. So now the spirit stuff, the rest of the spirit stuff could be in logic.
Tom with the Hail Mary play to GTG paying off. He didn't even dip spirit yet, so he's going to be able to just one-trip that if he can find himself a mirror shield.
That would definitely be the GTG dream. And then after that, we would get to see some Ganon's Castle action.
Or we can have the GTG Nightmare and have Mirror Shield in the toilet.
Locked behind Song of Time and Ice Cavern?
Yep. But we're just assuming that Mirror Shield would be in GTG. It could be pretty much anywhere at this point. So many checks.
We got a lot of seed ahead of us. We are an hour and 10 minutes in. This is not looking like it will turn into a jet seed. So strap in.
Cup's right around the field now, doing all of his, doing all the grotto checks, putting that bunny hood to get some good use, and just getting a red rupee.
Kokiri sword. Oh, okay.
Oh no! Okay,
Here we go.
it's officially a run now.
That's currently out of logic.
I don't think
Without Song of Time,
slingshot.
it's behind 9 keys, right? The Kokiri sword in the right side maze.
Is it out of logic for that? Yeah, it might.
Yeah,
it does
it's like because it's either 9 keys or Song of Time, because you could perceivably spend all 7 keys on left side before going there. Regardless, though, I do think we will be seeing a Deku tree in relatively short order.
Oh yeah, definitely. Just to actually, Tom hasn't picked up strength upgrades.
Yeah, Tom's still sitting on 1 strength. I don't remember which one it was that he got, but I mean that just means he's not going to go to.
So the other,
even more likely.
I don't think he picked up the dance strength upgrade, and he hasn't visited River. So those 2 were the ones he hasn't touched. He has Fire Arrow, so it looks like he's going to go check Wasteland.
Does he have? Okay, no, he has full magic. I couldn't tell if he had full magic or no magic because of the color of his magic meter. That's actually one of the things I don't like about I never randomize my buttons or heart color or magic color because you can get really annoying dark colors that make it hard to see. Like I recall one time getting a really like a near black color for my C buttons, and you just like they blended in perfectly when you were when the score interface came up when you were playing notes.
That can be very frustrating. Cuphead actually did pick up the ice arrows. So he's just going in for all the crowd pleasers here. As Dylan and Earl make their way back to Forest Temple to finish that off. Tom with his 200 rupees buying up, restocking on shoes.
One thing I only noticed recently about Carpet Salesman is he, when he says welcome, it's not the word welcome, it's the two words welcome. I guess it was like a mislocalization or something.
I've never even noticed that. And again, I very rarely talk to that guy.
Well, you should maybe consider talking to him more often. He's very lonely out there. I get the feeling he doesn't have much of a business sense, given the location he opened his storefront.
Who let him back there? How is he in such good standing with the Gerudo that they just let him pass into the Horned Wasteland to open up a store?
I get the feeling they don't know about it. Like, maybe he snuck through there at night. Like, I don't know if you noticed this, but the Gerudo guards are actually not very attentive.
You can. They're the finest warriors in the entire kingdom.
Which, sadly, is not saying very much in this video game. The main competition is, like, Lizalfos.
So we got 3 runners all in Forest at the same time. Just trying to get this over with. And there's the boss key up on the platform.
Yeah, 3 runners in Forest. You hate to see it.
And there's not much you can really commentate about that. When watch this, we're going to see Cup go in there without the bow still, just to troll us.
Was he one of the ones? Did he already do Forest? I can't remember if he was one of the ones who did that.
He dipped in early and popped back out.
Yeah, like I recall him not doing the recoil to Floor Master.
So there was another wallet found in Forest. So Earl is now topped off. He has a giant's wallet. Dylan has access to it, but so we might see Paradox Bottle still in Logic. Paradox Letter is still there.
A little unfortunate for Earl Weird that he didn't manage to get 200 rupees before doing Reverse Wasteland. It'd be, and now he zoned out by accident. It'd be kind of nice to pick up some extra shoes here.
Okay, and Tom also now with a giant's wallet, so purchasable fire, still the dream, and he has his Aura's Tunic now.
Yeah, it looks like Cuphead is going for Lake Hylia and probably Water Temple. Just rushing through it since it's barren. I don't know if you got the hint yet, but and that will open Ganon's Castle.
Here's to hoping, for his sake, an early boss key. But with the way that this seed has been treating our runners, I wouldn't put it past being a vanilla boss key. Wonder if he's going to do fishing first. Yeah, looks like he is.
I mean, the worst would definitely be River Chest, right? Maybe it's... Oh, maybe that's what it is. Yeah, maybe it's Song of Time on Ice Cavern for River Chest boss key.
Are we sure this wasn't a plan, though, to make this run as miserable as possible, then? Actually, no, it wouldn't have been...
entertaining as possible?
Well, I'm speaking on behalf of everyone running it. but
Oh, who cares about them? We know the real cool cats are in the restream chat right now. Oh, Dylan Meeble missing the side hop. I've definitely done that a couple of times.
Soul Blade, one of our trackers, chiming in. Yeah, this is a great seed.
I actually am like genuinely a little bit sad that we don't have King Zora skip in the rule set here.
I think just for accessibility's sake, can't.
Oh
Really...
yeah, like I don't want to bring up a debate. I just am lamenting the fact that we're not seeing what the effect of having it available would do, since Ice Cavern is double wave a hero and we have a bottle.
True. But as well, I'm not taking part in this season, but as someone whose mechanics and skips are questionable at best, I appreciate that not being considered.
Oh, now Tom missing the side hop. Looks like Forest Boss Key is the strongest enemy in this run.
Yeah, it looks like it's probably going to be behind the Smashers.
Oh, I mean the boss key chest. The actual boss key was in.
Oh yeah, that's right. They got the automatic. They got the bus key. I forgot that was in that small chest on the platform.
This is going to be a key.
Earl's taking his dip into GTG now.
Yeah, and that's.
So this is. So are we going to wind up getting 3 stones, double, so Ice Cavern, Bottom of the Well, and GTG, all part of this progression? This is...
The old AD, but not for Ocarina of Time. There are still enough questions to answer that could be the case, but I don't think there's a really strong reason to believe that we're going to need Fire Temple here.
Well, Hammer and Tunic were both picked up, so it opens up the logic for it.
I thought Earl was about to show us some weird tech there, but
nope.
I think he just accidentally village.
Nope, just I was wondering what he was doing too, but nope, just getting bodied by a boulder.
I mostly bring that up because...
Didn't say what, Delilah?
On average, a lot of the time I'll watch someone play who I've never watched before, and they'll just have some, like, random setup that I've never seen before for some bit of movement.
Yeah, there's always, like, everyone seems to have their own little gimmicks and stuff that they do for certain tech. Like, I have a really silly setup that I use for standing bomb jumps because I fail learning Hess so many times. I wind up using a messed up version of a Hess setup that I could consistently get it just by not getting the Hess.
That's like that's how most things are discovered, right? You know, you're looking for something else, and then along the way you find a weird ground jump. Okay, we are right about to get our first medallion. Obviously not including the one you start with.
Yep, Dylan's fighting Meg now. So are you a hookshot or bow person when fighting Meg?
Good question. I have noticed that there is a... I mean, really, if I'm trying to play optimally, it will probably be hookshot, especially if I have fire arrows and I use that for the frozen switch. But I really prefer using bow, so if I have it equipped, I'm just always using bow, unless I'm like really short on arrows.
I'm with you. I prefer bow, even though it is slower. I don't know, it's just from the childhood. How about chat? What's chat's preferences? I'm fighting Meg. What do we get? Bow or hookshot? Yes, Chaos, you could use hookshot.
Yes, the bomb choose, the patrician's choice. Especially when they're your only explosives.
You know, that would be something new to discover. Can you use explosives on Meg? I don't know if you can. Like,
well, Chimp gave a kappa, but I assume that was because it wasn't a thing that you would actually do rather than something that you can't do at all. I am curious though if you can actually use bomb shoes. I imagine you probably can, right? It's just like
I don't know if explosives
obviously
trigger anything onto the other post sisters though. So
yeah, honestly, it probably just doesn't work. But I've never had the inclination to try explosives on pose, so I don't know for myself.
these are the questions we ask here in the randomizer community. Next thing you know, it's going to be explosive logic for killing pose. Actually, you would still need bow to trigger them, so that wouldn't do anything.
I wonder if version 7 of the randomizer will have a barbarian mode where you can throw your megaton hammer. That would definitely be my preferred way to kill Mig.
Oh, we got to start meshing the devs now. Figure out
these
some
are
way to
the
code
key
that in.
issues.
It looks like Phantom Ganon leaves some love behind, so no extra little bonus parting gift.
Just have the hammer like somehow alter the game code to make it behave like a boomerang. So it flies out really slowly, but it's huge. And it just kind of floats through the air.
I have no idea how fucking Volvagia would be able to deal with that bit of code.
Good. Oh, and then you could add in the ability to throw the hammer at her while she's flying. So you can just you can recover a bit if you miss the one cycle. Oh, that's actually... Yeah, that's probably where I recognize Cuphat's name from. Obviously, there's the video game too, but from Dev.
Oh! Alright, so we'll message him after this and ask him to implement it.
Oh, why wait? Just in the middle of the race. Ask him. Maybe he can start working on it while he's finishing up GTG. Alright, we in there. We have entered Ganon's castle. We are about to yeet the rock with a new and reduced cutscene. Oh, yeah, okay, it is reduced. One of the very small and relatively inconsequential things that I'm sad that didn't make it in was to version 6 was the Skulltula collection delay skip.
Yeah, that would save a lot of time.
Yeah, it's just one of those like really nice quality of life things. It doesn't really make an appreciable time difference. It's like, even if you're going to 50 skulls, it's like, I don't know, a minute and a half total, but it's nice.
Light arrows! Dylan with the light arrows already. Also picked up the silver scale, but that's who cares about that?
Well, that it's something. That's the classic light arrow location, though. The season 3 special where you find out that light arrows are in Ganon's castle and you have to go find a strength 3. Like the only function of the 3rd strength in season 3 other than OGC.
Yeah, that is but that is the way of the hero, most likely. We haven't seen. Oh, there could be more way of the hero in here. There's still a few more checks. Less likely now they got a piece of heart. The problem with the the silver scale wouldn't be the progression, because you would need access to river to get it. So it's still behind explosives.
Earl is currently staring at the title screen. I think we may have a ZSR toilet going on.
Well, now's a good time to unmute his stream a little bit and hear what the title screen music is. Oh wait, he's vanilla. Never mind.
Hope he didn't hot mic.
First logical bomb bag.
Okay, that's nice.
Wait, no, it's not first logical bomb bag. Oh wait, is it? Oh yes, it is. It would be first logical bomb bag because it's in ice. So that might be our way of the hero.
Yeah, my tracker just lit up when I put that bomb bag in. We have pretty much... I'm not going to say everything in logic, because obviously we're still missing dins, but got a lot of stuff in logic.
Dylan's being extra thorough here, checking everything, not wanting to come back, even though he already found 2. Oh, there's dins!
Oh,
okay,
did I
good thing he did it.
water? Whatever. Look, if the room is full of ice, then it's clearly the ice trial, and I won't hear anything otherwise.
It's ice trial.
It's definitely ice trial.
And forest trial is wind trial, and nobody can convince me otherwise.
Yeah, that's just facts.
Some crazy thing in the history for the game that there was supposed to be a wind dungeon that kind of got swapped out to light and then eliminated.
Maybe they held over the ideas for the Wind Waker. Dylan's gonna run back here now that he got a key and check the Zelda's Lullaby check.
Alright, so toilet was a key.
Ooh, Earl squeaking out the 1500 here. Bit of a butt clencher.
And the slingshot.
And the slingshot.
First logical slingshot?
Well, technically now the other slingshot's in logic because we found logical bombs.
Oh, true. True. It was kind of a crazy back and forth to get it, but yeah. Dylan going all the way to check the boss key.
Oh, there's Dins. Okay. We have a lot of items now.
Yep. Din's was over in Shadow, which now that Bottle and Blue Fire is picked up by Dylan, we're probably going to see him go over to Ice Cavern now. Girls going to check Wasteland chest. That is not... Oh, wait, no. He's just restocking up on bomb shoes, too. Okay.
Yeah, this is actually kind of a common theme I've seen, where Ganon's Castle just has a ton of items in it.
It's one interesting change for Season 4. Like, it does open up quite a bit. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure. It's actually one of my favorites. Like, the requirement to get out of just 2 medallions is so low that you get checks pretty early in logic there. And there's also, like, routing considerations around the checks within Ganon's Castle having all different requirements. So, you know, there's a serious routing consideration of, oh, do you want to go check the first check of Spirit Trial in Forest and Water Trial, but miss the other ones?
It also adds a little bit of logical consistency for people, because most of those Ganon checks are going to be behind gold gauntlets. So it's going to put all 3 strengths in a little bit more accessible spot a good portion of the time.
Yeah, it does kind of have the effect of pushing the strength earlier into the seed on average. Now, with that said, the seed's length is still longer on average because of the other changes that went in, but yeah.
I think Season 5 we're going to add Scrub Sanity into it, just to add even more value into Ganon.
Yeah, it does feel pretty nice going into Ganon's Castle with Scrub Sanity on.
Those 5 hidden scrubs. It's.
I kind of get the feeling that that Scrub Sanity won't go into Standard, but I'm honestly, I don't actively participate in those discussions, so I can't say that with any kind of strength.
Well, it's Christmas time. We could start making our Christmas list for it.
Yeah. Hope that Ganon Claus treats you right.
So we know Ice is way of the hero. And what are we major missing that we need here? Is it going to be Nocturne for this? We're going to be seeing some deep shadow dives, or...
Yeah, that's the big question. Is it going to be double item in Ice, or is it going to be the song? And if it's the song, you have a very clear direction of going to Shadow, obviously. Otherwise, I guess it's probably just going to be like Boomerang and Mirror Shield.
It would be such a weird, like, go mode setup for Ice Cavern to just unlock that much that pretty much all the medallions at that point are open game.
Yeah, like I think at least we, seeing all the streams, have a fairly good idea of how the rest is going to unfold. There are still a couple of potential curveballs that could be thrown at us, like having to go to fire for some reason. Actually, is that even still possible? Maybe not. No, because we have light arrows now at this point.
Yeah, light arrows are picked up. I mean, theoretically, mirror shields could still be in fire, but...
I think with Double Way, the Hero Ice, and with Double Wall it already found, it kind of reduces the number of meme way the heroes we could get. Like, we're not going to see a Zora Tunic way the hero for Central Pillar or something.
No, Zora's Tunic was in Forest already logic, so...
Oh, okay, I missed the...
Yeah, it's fittingly enough at the bottom of the river in Forest.
But yeah, since we have double wallet, it doesn't really matter anyway. So I think it's almost certainly just going to be either double item in Ice or item plus Nocturne, and then the other item in Shadow, and that'll be go mode.
Now, Dylan has hover boots. They weren't in Logic, right? But they probably are now. I don't remember where he picked them up, though, and I forgot to take that note down.
It was in Zora's River. It was in the Grotto chest.
Oh, the Grotto chest.
Yeah,
I was focused on the strength upgrade. I missed the Grotto chest. So Tom's doing Deku now. Pretty easy series of checks.
Yeah, he, I guess doesn't have the collective knowledge that we do. Knowing what we know, you would definitely want to leave this to the end and just go mode it, because it's almost certainly not going to have an important item on it.
He does have double ice listed on his way of the hero, so he knows that double ice is a big play, but...
Right, but he doesn't have all the stuff from Ganon's castle, right?
True. He hasn't touched that yet. And this is it's not a painful dungeon to get through. You can do it pretty quick, so getting it out of the way, not thinking about it till later is still pretty fine.
Yeah, Deku's a funny dungeon now. Like, it has... If you get Kokiri Sword early, it has a bunch of reasonably fast checks, but it's also very fast to go mode. So you get kind of pulled in both directions, where you want to check it early, especially if it's a medallion, but you also want to go mode it. So I think, in general, if you get to a point in the game where it's, you know, you have a pretty good idea of where the rest of the items are, there's maybe one more to find, you might bias your routing to leave Deku later, in case you happen to find the item.
We're also blind on what's into the 40 skulls, so this is a good chance to pick up a few and just keep building that count up. Because pretty much every skull is just en route. You're not going out of the way for anything, as you would in some other dungeons. As we have not found a hint for 40 skulls yet. Oh, we found the hint for 40? Thanks, V. Oh, it's a blue P. Never mind. Skulls are out.
Dylan is doing the boomerang chest check, because he came here to turn in letter and figured he would do this on the way. Doesn't have Heroes, but that just means it'll take a little more time to come back here, which he inevitably has to do.
I hate this check so much.
What?
Vanilla boomerang check.
What does Dylan not know that we know, though? He hasn't been to GTG yet.
No, yeah.
That's the other big piece. Yeah.
So he doesn't realize that his bow is in logic, so...
Yeah, we had the chat curse again, where someone pointed out that we didn't have a 40 hint, and then we immediately got a 40 hint.
Yeah. But if you're still working under the assumption that, hey, 40 skulls might be something, Deku does seem a little bit more pleasing of a check.
Yeah, sure. It's a reasonable choice, given what Tom knows right now. And it looks like Tom maybe got up to do something.
Yep. Or he's just disgusted that it was a pack of bombs for an item, and he had to take a minute.
Took a second to contemplate his life choices and how he ended up there.
What do you mean
But,
there's
yeah.
no progression item in Deku?
You know, I was pretty disappointed that we didn't get to see the toilet check, but you know, in a sense, we did get a couple of toilet checks. Whoa, that's too short for a bathroom is a bold claim. I don't know about that one. I think it might depend on a few different factors.
All right,
The
so
Rudo's
Dylan.
letter was in the Ganon's Castle boss key chest. We'll see here if Earl Weird knows the relatively new fast Phantom Ganon strategy. At least I assume it's relatively new because I've only learned of it recently.
I'm unaware of it, and if I've seen it, I might not realize it was new. So let's see.
Basically, I hope I can do it justice, but you shoot Phantom Ganon at a certain point when he's coming out of the painting on the last, like the third time, and he ends up popping out behind the fence, and you shoot him with an arrow behind the fence and just like start attacking him from there, basically. It's only a little bit faster because like Phantom Ganon is fast anyway, but
Yeah, it looked like he got it. That was pretty quick.
Okay. Any Froggers in chat? Stick upgrade. Well worth it.
Fortunately, he already has Kokiri Sword, so not
Tom
super-
lost his Cuckoo. Oh, okay. He salvaged it.
Whoa!
This is gonna be.
That can't. That was a misclick. Okay, I hope so.
Yeah, that is like an unprecedentedly fast time for a season 4 race.
Yeah, I think the quickest we've had so far is just above 2 hours, but that would have to be perfect guesses at every point. So
Yeah, like the items have been concentrated to a relatively small number of areas. It's just, it's not really reasonable that you would only go to those areas. That's my take on it so far.
yeah, we did have things kind of snowballed pretty quick. So especially for Dylan, breaking the logic a bit.
So this is going to be the moment of truth here. Is it indeed going to be a Nocturne Way of the Hero for Stone Shadow, or potentially, are there any other songs that could lock things at this point? Like the song, we already know Toilet's dead, right? And
Toilet's dead. So song.
River Chest. Oh yeah, the Song of Time for River Chest, right? That's still a thing. It has
Frogs are barren.
Oh, Toilet is a key. Okay, I thought someone said the Toilet was dead. But
Toilet has a key that does put it in progression for Kokiri Sword.
yeah, it's hard required if Toilet is a key. That's boring.
I mean, everyone already skipped it, so...
Well, okay, boomerang.
Boomerang!
There we go.
Okay.
Oh, we could still see a mirror shield, huh?
We can definitely still see Mirror Shield. That is possibility in the Iron Boots chest. And the piece of heart as well. Was it Dylan or
Yeah,
Tom
green
before that dipped into Jabu?
Dylan dipped Jabu.
That just makes finding the boomerang here hurt that much more.
Yeah, a little bit. Again, it's one of those plays that you, if you had our knowledge,
Yeah,
probably would not make. But like, yeah, it's just one of those checks where I've actually I recall seeing this in maybe a qualifier where there was some important item on boomerang chest, and someone who dipped it early like ended up profiting hugely from that.
Cuphead doing Phantom Ganon now. We'll see if he gets the quick kill.
Song of Time cannot be on Burning Cack because Deku is Forest Medallion. And Song of Time is hard required for Kokiri's sword. So it actually can't be on either of the Medallion songs. And that leaves basically Ice Cavern. Yeah, like the piece of information I was missing was that Toilet's key. But that does mean we are hard required to get Song of Time here.
We're about to come up and see. Well, it's going to be. We're pretty confident Song of Time here. With
Yeah, it's 100%. And then we just saw the Prelude song, and it wasn't Nocturne, so Nocturne has to be Burning Cack now.
Nocturne being vanilla, Minuet vanilla.
Oh, there it is.
There it is. Okay, so
Hey, let's go.
all right. So yeah, Ice Cavern key to this entire seed. Everything one could want in one icy boy.
We are in total no mode now. Dylan, having done Ice Cavern, seems to be the farthest ahead. He hasn't done GTG though. I think there's a pretty good chance that he does it following Spirit Temple. But he could also just end up skipping it to rush progression, which would work out kind of poorly for him. Although he doesn't have Kokiri Sword, so he can't go Deku. Oh, he doesn't. Yeah, okay, he does have Boomerang on his tracker now. Yeah, so he can go Jabu as well.
Up in Ice Cavern, so.
And then Water's Baron, so there's no reason to rush it other than just to find out. Well, no, there's not even anything that could be locked there now, right? Because
everything, he essentially has everything he needs. Hammer's not needed.
Well, no, he needs Kokiri Sword from GTG.
But that's the only.
That is probably. He just has to hope for his own sake that he ends up going GTG after Spirit here.
Cup's doing Child Spirit, and probably going to be a disappointing journey for him.
Yeah, he's doing the slightly slower strategy here. Oh, still ends up winning out. Interesting. There are a couple ways you can do that room a little faster. You can shoot the switch from third-person mode and simultaneously backflip off the edge, and you just barely manage to lure the what is it called, Anubis, into the fire. The slightly more common way of doing it is you hit the switch and then jump to the left and spam A so that you immediately drop from the ledge and zone out. Yeah, I mean, this is basically like I thought with Fire Temple. There wasn't like a really strong calling into there. So because Hammer was found right when you would otherwise go into GTG and find all that other stuff. Obviously, a runner on this restream could get baited into going Fire, but I feel like GTG is just still an overall stronger play. So I doubt Dylan ever before GTG.
Yeah, Fire seems like a desperation play considering it's a stone. Like, there's no one wants to commit. That's a lot of long. Going deep on that is a lot of long checks, and you're setting yourself up for a commitment there. Cup's head into Deku now.
Yeah, he's certainly getting a lot of mileage out of that bunny hood. Every time I glance over at his stream, he's he's child. He has the years on. Now it's probably not going to be enough to get him first place in the restream, but at the end of the day, the crowd was pleased, and what else really matters?
Leave it to the devs to please the crowd. Dylan taking on Twin Rova now. Oh, I want to give a shout out to the devs for a nice low quality of life change they did in version 6.0. Making it so that Twin Rova doesn't spawn until you climb up onto the level.
Yep, it prevents you from getting instantly Ice Beam to the face, or Fire Beam to the face when you hookshot off there. Honestly, I can't remember it happening to me very many times. So I would say it actually probably makes the fight a little slower than average, but it makes it safer. Like, sometimes you do just end up going into that fight with 1 or 2 hearts, and it sucks a lot to die.
Yeah, it's unavoidable. Like, if they were to beam you on there, it's unavoidable damage, so some a runner would have to consider. But no longer. It's significantly safer to do her now. Or do them. Or her now that they're one.
Whatever your proclivity is, yes, you can do them. Dylan,
Yes, it does seem hover boots are useless this seed. Though quality of life wise, they are still pretty great. They are not required for any checks.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like even the quality of life hover stuff has been all that relevant here. I just don't recall that many times seeing someone equip hover boots.
Dylan is very good at quick toggling them for just going across a ledge and then immediately turning them off.
Yeah, that's one of those skills that even if you had like a history in speedrunning Ocarina of Time, you never really developed doing that because, of course, the D-pad items don't exist in the vanilla game. So I know some speedrunners actually are still in the habit of doing, for example, doing sections of Shadow Temple with vanilla boots, just because in the base game you would have to actually go into the pause menu to use your hover boots. So you get used to doing it a certain way.
It was definitely a clever solution by the devs to integrate for the improved OOT.
Oh yeah, big time. Probably, maybe even the single biggest quality of life change.
Not having to have Ocarina on button for so long is just reassuring.
It would actually be kind of cool if you could just use the D-pad as like a totally separate equip thing, but that would be significantly more complicated and perhaps even impossible to code, since the base game doesn't have any like animations to equip things onto a D-pad.
Unless they somehow figure out to make a randomizer for Ocarina of Time 3D. And then implement it.
and suddenly sales for the now defunct 3DS start to spike.
Pup is getting bodied by these Deku Scrubs. Truly the final boss.
Yeah, they can definitely put you in for a rough time if you aren't experienced at the setups to do them quickly and consistently. One thing I actually pretty much never see anyone do is, including the very top runners, is fast scrubs, where you, instead of running to the left first, where you kind of do them sequentially, you run to the right first, and you really quickly shield in all three directions, and it's extremely fast, but it's way more precise than the normal way of doing them. So like, even Marco I've seen doesn't do that.
That sounds like a ZFG exclusive.
It's like a it kind of feels like the thing you only do in speedrunning, because the time you save there actually matters in speedrunning, if it's a short category. So like, but then even for the really short categories, you end up with low health in there, which means you get low health camera, so you can't do fast scrubs because it won't load the scrubs in. Tom missed the Darunia strength. Is that correct?
I believe. Yeah, I believe so. He just did River recently, so he would have picked up on that one.
Yeah. I think he got the Saria Kid one first, and then he just got the River one now.
Run around with those noodly arms for quite some time.
So Dylan's gonna finish out Jabu here. Lose, I guess, a little bit of time compared to if he had gone just GTG, because he can't go mode this. But yeah, I expect he might do, like, I don't know if there are any convenient child checks that he wants to do after Jabu, but he should go to GTG in relatively short order, I think.
I can't think of any child checks that are really left. Hint was marketed as Baron, so he's not going to be doing any bowling or...
I wasn't watching closely what his route was around, like, Child Overworld. He could maybe end up going to do the Song of Storms route, like the 3 Song of Storms Overworld checks. I don't know which ones he's done so far.
He did Goron as an adult. I think he did Kokiri as an adult as well. I don't know if he did River. Koari, the 3 strengths were River, Papa Darunia and Skullkid.
Yeah, the river one is what Cuphead's about to get. Hopefully, he unfortunately just missed the first chicken jump. And got it that time. So he's going to pick up his gold gauntlets now. I have to imagine he will be tempted to go to Ganon's castle, and that will give him pretty much... well, okay, he's going to... Yeah, he's going to go do Ganon's castle pretty soon. He'll get his Ruto's letter, probably do that, go to Ice, and at that point, he has all his items, I think. Except Light Arrows. Oh no, Light Arrows is...
Ganon's castle.
Ganon's castle as well, yeah. So yeah, for Cuphead, it will just be how soon does he go to Ganon's castle? Pretty much the seed boils down to, depending on how your early route was, how fast do you go to Ganon's castle or GTG?
Ruto's grabbing her medallion.
But yeah, the seed ends up relatively shorter than I thought it might be, because it just happened that you can't really get baited into going Shadow or Fire here.
Very true. It was significantly past 1 hour before we had anyone clear any dungeon besides bottom of the well.
Yeah, and at that point, I had missed that water is foolish as well. So, like, we basically just ended up with 3 dungeons that you're likely going to skip, and that makes the seed pretty fast.
You get to see pretty much the 3 mini dungeons, though, in full completion, so that's a nice little treat. See, we got Tom. Oh, no, he's grabbing this chest and then going to go fight the Iron Knuckles. He has his mirror shield, so he can just full clear this.
Gonna show us the crate skip here.
Is Dylan gonna get the crate? Yes, he gets it.
Echo mashing. Personally, I, for some reason, suck at that, even though I'm like not even that bad at mashing. So
I get the bomb
9
times out of 10 myself.
Tom showing us the regular... Oh, he has long shot though. Okay. He did the hook shot to the hand chest strategy there, but he actually has a long shot, so maybe he just forgot about that.
He also has hovers. He could have used that for it too.
Which strength is Tom missing? I think that question was just asked, but it's the Darunia one, I think.
You got to go make Daddy Darunia dance, but
yeah, I guess that was maybe even like the place where the most people might trip up was not checking Darunia, because in general it's a check that you often skip. But having Lullaby and Saria so early in this, and starting Child, or not starting Child, going Child early, it's... Yeah, there's a reason 3 runners have it, so...
straight enough, I think that was the first logical strength too, so... Now, where in Tom's routing, though, would he consider even going back to check that for the strength.
I don't know. I think Tom's in for a bad time here.
Yeah. I guess maybe
It-
you check it. Well, you can't even check it on your way to Fire Temple. So
Yeah, I think Tom might get baited into Fire Temple here.
well, at least we might get to see the dragon get smashed. Let's see. What's Cup's next move? He just went back to Temple of Time. Oh, yeah,
he's
he's going to
definitely
G6.
going Yeah, Cuphead is going to just find a bunch of items and then probably immediately go back child to turn in Ruda's letter because of the double ice cavern way of the hero. And then it's all the route kind of plays itself from there.
Pretty smooth sailing at that point. Dylan finally finding his second magic.
Yeah, going for the child.
Tadongo. Yeah, this is very weird.
This is really not what I expected.
He was on.
I mean, Dodongo's in general.
I don't understand why he would bother doing it. As well, I guess it doesn't really make too much of a difference. You have all the sticks in the world, and you can always standing ground jump to do the adult skips, except for that. Well, the one good one on the upper room.
Yeah, like this is Dylan's gambit to avoid. Actually, I don't know. Is this like good for some child route? Because I gotta think it would be advantageous for him to just. Oh yeah, because if he gets Kokiri Sword in Dodongo's cavern, then he wants to be child, so he can clean it out before finishing his adult stuff. That's the real advantage to doing it. It's a really interesting play, actually. Like, you really don't often see child Dodongo's cavern.
I think Tom forgot that he was a child for a second and just tried to climb up the ledge instead of taking the ladder, and he lost his shield. So now he has to go buy one in order to get back led into Deku.
Yeah, that's a little unfortunate. I mean, thankfully...
He already cleared Deku, so it doesn't matter. Well, he hasn't cleared Deku, so he's still looking Kokiri, but he's going to have to buy a shield for that now.
Yeah, like, since the thing he needs a shield for is Deku Tree, so he can just go to the shop on the way there. It's a cool trick that he tried to show us, though. The kind of, like, side hop onto to get clipped up a little bit by the Armos, and then backflip onto the pillar. Not something you usually see, because you don't often do Child Dodongo's Cavern in Standard. Maybe a little more relevant in random settings when you can sometimes be forced to do Child Dodongo's Cavern.
Tom fighting Twin Rova now. Cup getting his... Well, let's see. What is Cup missing after all these? Anything? Oh, he needs to hit up ice. That's right. But the route's going to play out for him, so...
I honestly wasn't sure that Dylan would commit this hard to the Child Dodongo Cavern play. But yeah, he's going to be fighting the... What are they called? The Dino?
These are lizard elves. And the Dinosaurs are the ones with the beard that breathe fire.
Okay. Yeah, really getting some restream value here. You gotta love it.
I'm surprised he didn't just do the standing ground jump. Oh wait, he lost his shield. That's why. He had to go this way because without the Deku shield, he can't do the standing ground jump. So he has to go the long way around.
Can you skip this as a child even if you can ground jump? Like,
I think you can.
How do you?
I think
like surely you can't do the ground jump up to from where you normally do it as the adult, right? So is there some other way? Like, can you somehow jump to the pillar from the entrance to that room?
I thought you might be able to, but I'm gonna have to do a bunch of testing and check it myself. And he's gonna check the boss
I think it actually
too.
ends up. Oh yeah, he's 100% committed to clearing it now. I think he's gonna. It is slightly faster for him to buy the Deku shield in here. It's funny. It's like it's all these things that you just normally don't have to worry about because, you know, you gotta in standard now you get a free Deku shield. You don't usually do Child Dodongo.
He's having a little bit of trouble with that ledge. There he goes.
And yeah, now he's gonna have to do the child way, the intended way of the dungeon.
Then he has that grueling boss fight with King Dodongo.
Yeah, the hardest boss in the game, definitely. It's actually not even that slow to have to do this as a child. It's definitely way slower to have to do the Lizalfos fight.
Cups checking Forest/Wind here. I wonder why. I guess. Oh yeah, he hasn't found the letter yet, so he's still looking around and clearing this out.
Yep, he's gotta hope that he.
Oh, that's his first. That's his first bomb bag. Oh, I didn't realize that he didn't get the other one from Goron City. Oh.
And,
is he leaving or no? Okay, he's doing a.
Next on the key, yeah.
Yeah, he's been surviving on bomb shoes.
I really doubt he's gonna skip boss key. So yeah, he should just get rid of his letter, go back child, and beat the game.
No reason to not check the boss key chest. It's right there. He has met. Does he have? He does not have Aurora's Wind though. None of our runners do. We have not found Aurora's Wind, so there's the other quality of life that's just gone.
So Dylan just did a regular Deku stick slash instead of the jump slash. Does that matter? I guess it doesn't matter.
No, it's he has 6 HP, so 1 jump slash, 1 regular slash does it.
One of those things that doesn't usually come up because there's not really ever a reason not to just do a jump slash with a 2 damage weapon.
Tom showing me up doing that the jump like it's nothing. Me, for some reason, I fail that constantly. But it's a very early boss key, so Water Temple is just a dip in, dip out.
Yeah, that's the way you like it.
It is the dream. You got a little bit of swag doing it with the hover boots instead of calling Pierre.
It's funny. Tom looks like he's in such a promising spot here.
But until he did GTG.
unbeknownst to him, he's missing a strength on Darunia, and he's not going to be able to get light arrows until he gets it. So he is probably going to end up getting the light arrows are in my castle hint, and going on a needle in a haystack chase for strength 3. I guess there's a chance he, I don't know, like, okay, imagine he goes Ganon's castle now and gets Ruto's letter. How likely is it that he will... I think it's very unlikely that he'll do anything other than just, like, go mode Jabu
He would have
and find the light arrow.
He would almost definitely go Mojabu on that, thinking that's the progression. Earl's now heading to Ice Cavern.
Maybe he doesn't go Mojabu because it's a little risky since... for exactly the reason that Jabu could have strength. Or it could have light arrows, but... Yeah, he's not going to find light arrows in Jabu. He's going to run probably straight to Ganon's castle and then have to route that in really late.
Doing our first mini game. 2 hours 20 minutes into the run.
Yeah, that's the Market Baron feels right there.
And now skull checks. More arrows. Tom shooting the sun. What did he see that he just immediately reset like that?
Oh, I wasn't even watching his stream. I don't know.
And all skulls
Anyway,
are
Dylan is reverse wastelanding to GTG right now, so he should be able to take it from here. I've kind of lost track of what Earl Weird has since he doesn't have a tracker on his screen. I should open.
Yeah, it's been very hard to keep track of his progressions lately. Checking over onto the restream, he has cleared out Ganon's castle, so he has light arrows, Din's, Ruto's letter. He's in really good shape. He doesn't have boomerang though, but he's getting that now.
Oh, so yeah, in that case, Earl Weird has everything, and
really good shape.
Well, yeah, basically we'll just get his items here and then finish. He's go mode, right? So he'll finish out Jabu and Spirit and Water, just like Dylan. Well, sorry, Dylan finished Spirit and Jabu. Although it looks like he didn't track his own Jabu medallion, but yeah.
What is Tom doing with that chicken? Is he checking Grotto? No, he has hover, so...
Using it to get across, I guess.
Oh, okay. Yeah, is that quicker than just running? I guess it might be.
Oh, we just got our first actual finish by Nico in 2:23. Congrats,
Oh,
Nico.
Congratulations, Nico.
Not too surprising to see a finish with that sort of time, given what we know. Oh, and right behind FMZ Gun. Congrats on the second place.
And the third.
By Amir and 9.
Sniped out
Oh,
by...
double snipe. Yeah. All right, we already have our podium. In less than a minute, the podium has been established.
That just goes to show how consistent some people are getting with Rando at this point. Season 4. Routing is just getting cementified a little bit better. It's getting down to executions.
Well, thankfully we had the Season 4 settings to make routing a little more dynamic, but it definitely feels the most competitive it's ever been. Yeah, the seed really did a 180 from no items at an hour to jet seed for the rest of it, because all the items were in 3 locations.
It was a little frustrating getting to those locations, but so
Yeah.
we got a little bit of quiet time here. So I want to take the time and give a shout out to our trackers: Exedu, Soulblade, Chaostix, Delilah on hosting. I thank you guys for doing a great job. There's 4th place, Marco.
I expect we will see a delete finishes right about now. We're about to get a couple of...
That's not my Twitch link. So,
I'm kind of curious about that.
I'm a little confused too.
Yeah, I saw that when you were when they pinged us out at the very start of the race. I just thought, hey, maybe Joe's nickname is Ginger Sunny.
It's the same as my username. It's Joe Dies at the end. At least I think that's still lit.
Oh yeah, I guess looking at it now, it also has that like that 4-digit code at the end of it, like a
it's a Discord.
Or
it's not my Discord either. So,
yeah, it's not your Discord either. So.
Dylan picking up the most important item, some eye drops.
How is Dylan not in GTG right now?
I have no idea.
I look away. Interrupted.
I don't know. This is... He walked right past it. He went in and left. I turned away for a second and he
left. That's like a metagame play, right? That's like metagaming that no one could have finished this fast going into GTG, which seems like a weird...
Did he get spoiled knowing that it... for it? I doubt he would have, but...
Yeah, I think this is just a textbook when metagaming goes wrong. You try to make a big brain play that has a huge cost associated with it, because now it is pretty slow to get back to GTG, and you've obviously like kind of committed to doing other stuff first. That yeah, poor Dylan. It is looking like an Earl Weird restream victory at this point.
Yes, it is. He's definitely on the best place for this at this time. Thank you for fixing that, Delilah.
Oh yes, and Soulblade's stream is there as well. My stream, conversely, does not matter at all, because I never stream. I was just asked to provide one.
I don't stream too often, but I might start doing it a little bit more if people want to see me fall apart and start crying as I do ridiculous rando settings. As I'm not practicing for this.
You're a connoisseur of like all sanity runs, that type of thing, or just random settings.
The only thing I don't put glitch logic into play, but I'll do scrub, token, cow.
Yeah, I feel like for that kind of thing, I would get my fix in random settings. I know it's not for everyone, but it. I don't know. There's something about random settings that's just like it's so fulfilling. Not knowing if you're gonna go in and get like a one-piece Triforce hunt in Mido's house spawn, or a whatever the hell that was with Lost the Pirates race, where it was like 14 hours.
I did a random number Triforce hunt the other day where 3 pieces of Triforce were in Mido's house. And I still had to complete 3 dungeons to find the last one. And it was a 4-piece completion.
That's a good one.
I wish I still had the seed info. I would post it.
Yeah, you can get some pretty rotten random settings combinations. Like, anything involving a huge number of tokens for bridge is... or boss key is really bad. Especially if it's like... You get the chest side matches contents setting, and you're like, oh, nice, this is going to save me some time, and then it's like 99 tokens for the bridge, so you just... every single chest is a big chest.
Yeah, that's not a setting I do. Thankfully, that's not a setting I do. I can't stand token hunting that much.
So... okay, so we got 3 more finishers since. We got No Puns in 5th, Namaha in 6th, and Keepsake in 7th. Keepsake was, I think also did really well in the last qualifier. They were one of the restreamed runners.
I believe so. Keepsake...
Oh, that was a 7-second difference between Namaha and Keepsake there.
Keeps currently in 19th on the tracker board, and this is probably going to do pretty well for them as well. Also, the tracker board's a little thrown off because 9 people or 8 people already have 4 races done.
Yeah, Keepsake may have to change their Twitch name to Keepsake7 after that second consecutive 7th place finish. Yeah,
Dylan's just trolling us at this point, right? Like,
Dylan is definitely not trolling us. Dylan is definitely... well, I'm not going to say definitely. I strongly believe Dylan is trying to make a metagame play not going into GTG, and I don't really understand it. It's something we should definitely ask him about.
Congrats on One Shot 13, 8th place.
Earl Weird grabbing the Shadow Medallion from Spirit. Just needs to close out Water Temple here and then Jabu and finish the race. Water Temple we already know is a very fast one to finish because the boss key's really early.
Salty Sponge in 9th. He's currently our 3rd placer on the leaderboards with a very solid finish here. He's pretty much locking himself in to making bracket at this rate. If he keeps this up. And Ryu Kane.
Where was the Water Temple boss key, by the way?
Bombable
Dylan
wall.
just put it here?
Yeah, it's the bombable wall underneath the ground level song panel. Yeah. So if you make that jump nice and quick, if you don't, then you have a little bit of running around to do.
I wonder if it's a routing consideration to prefer to do that check with bomb shoes, because if he had done that and gotten the boss key, he wouldn't have to raise the water level again. You could just immediately leave. Save a little bit of time. Only really matters when you're go moding Spirit Water Temple, but
Well, they got the hint, water's barren, so they know that they're essentially
Exactly.
water.
Yeah, so I think it on average is a little bit faster to do the bombable wall chest with bomb chews in case boss key is in there, and then you don't have to raise the water level again. All right, we got Ninja Bus and Mr. Martin finishing. Mr. Martin is another strong contender for brackets. I'm not familiar with Ninja Bus. I gotta look it up.
Forgive me if I pronounce this wrong. Eligatua? The 13th?
Looks like Ninja Bus's first race was the last qualifier, and they got 30th. So technically they have 0 leaderboard points before this one, since your best result gets discounted. But now they have a placement. Hammer was on top of Gruta Fortress. Fanta Tanked coming in 14th. I also don't recognize that name.
No, that one's not sticking out to me, but let's check up. Let's see,
And as expected, yeah, we have a steady stream of finishers now. Unfortunately, no one on Restream placing in the top here, but Earl Weird is just a couple of Go Mode dungeons away, so looking like they'll probably get, I don't know, 30 to 40th, maybe.
yeah, it should be pretty quick for him. At this rate, that would be pretty... Oh, Tom's,
Earl's Go Mode right now.
Earl's Go Mode. Tom's talking to Ganon.
Yeah, Tom's about to,
Yep.
Tom's about to start his nightmare. So for those of you joining the restream now, Tom has not done the Darunia check, and that's the missing strength the strength that he's missing. So it is basically just down to his needle in a haystack search for this last strength.
Keizo Bro in 18th. Dylan checking chickens.
Yeah, so Tom's going to run back to Spirit now. Reasonable read that, like, if it were a Spirit check, that would explain why so many people have it. Unfortunately, it's not in here. Yeah, Dylan basically just committed to, like, not doing GTG for, again, metagaming reasons, I'm guessing. So, yeah, just not going to get a good result here, unfortunately for him.
Sora in 19th.
Is this the Riley that we're used to seeing? Because I thought Riley had a bunch of characters after the word Riley. Maybe this is a different Riley.
I'm not sure.
Or just, renamed on Twitch. That's very likely. Yeah, Tom could. Tom can use metagaming to his advantage here. It is indeed unlikely that 20 people have finished in under 2 hours 40 minutes if it's deep in a stone dungeon. So, I wouldn't rule out like checking a couple of things in Fire Temple, but I don't think he's going to go deep fire. Yeah, I'm curious how the seed went for some of the non-restreamed runners, because around here it was looking pretty dry for the first hour. I'm wondering if someone else had a route that like found them an early item.
He's ult again, and he's calling upon us, so he might be going back to GTG finally.
Yeah, one can hope for his sake that he is realized the error of his metagaming and
Hey, just Sam in 20.
Hangs his head and runs back to GTG.
One of our restreamer familiars. He's checking the grotto. The recovery art.
Yeah, I want to say there's a chance Dylan just does the Hyrule field checks, which would be quite sad for him.
Earl's up to Morpha now. Should be a quick, easy finish. Or Morpha
If
could
Dylan
just
rushes
and never come out of the water. Okay, there he goes.
If Dylan runs to GTG right now and rushes right side, which is reasonable since he has Song of Time, does that give him enough time to finish ahead of Earlweird, who has to do Jabu? I want to say yes.
Very tight. Deku, he wouldn't have to check anything in Deku. He would be
Exactly.
at Gomo.
Like Gomo Deku is just so fast.
Yeah. It might put him ahead if he does gamble and get the right check for the Kokiri sword. Losing time talking to a guard, though, doesn't help him. And the one and only Spike Vegeta coming in 23rd. So he is leading right side, so he might pull this off. Oh, Bonaru in 26th and Reedrim in 25th. And Alaxio in 24th. Very, all within 3 seconds of each other.
Now that is a double snipe. Although the actual ordinal placements don't matter much past at this point. It's all based on how your time is compared to the time metric for the overall race.
That crazy formula that was developed for how many points you get from the differential.
Yeah, it used to be a simple normalization based on like the top 10% of participants, and then they added in a bunch of extra terms to try to smooth out some things related to variance, and now it looks really complicated. So you basically just trust that they're doing their calculations correctly and see what happens. But yeah, roughly you are judged against the average top finishers. Okay, yeah, Dylan did rush right side maze, and now
I
can just
actually sniped this out. Wait.
yeah,
Why
like
Earl-
this is.
Is there something we?
Oh,
Oh,
wait.
what's going on here? Did he forget which dungeon has what? Because he's doing the setup to get into.
It does kind of look like he marked the dungeons down wrong. Oh, he doesn't have. Did he? He didn't have boomerang. Did he do? Okay, am I looking at the wrong tracker? Did he accidentally scum away all his items or something?
Did he miss boomerang?
No,
I mean,
that couldn't be because there's no item here, and he would know. How did he miss boomerang?
I don't know. I thought I saw him open that chest. I
Did he
could have
just-
sworn I saw him open that chest.
Wait. This is someone pointed out in chat that I think it was Earl that said Earl should have boomerang marked, but maybe Earl actually did not open the boomerang chest. Wow, I had no idea because Earl doesn't have a tracker open. Okay, yeah.
He knows
But I mean, he
Double
definitely
Ice
didn't have it when
Cavern.
he opened his inventory.
He knows Double Ice Cavern, but that he could be metagaming, thinking, okay, Song of Time and Song of Time and Mirror Shield would be the double check, not expecting a third way hero item.
Yeah, Boomerang was indeed the whatever the Compass or Map chest, the first one that you get. So I'm looking back at the VOD right now, and I can see how he missed it.
I could have sworn. Dylan might just with the snipe here because of this.
Oh dear. He went into Ice Cavern with blue fire from Ganon's castle and forgot to do the compass chest or whatever it is.
Oh.
So I think it's one of those situations where like you're not used to having blue fire going into there. So you go in with blue fire, you do the faster route that does those two checks near the blue fire first, and then you just forget to like collect the silver rupees. That's a big oof. Really, really unfortunate for Earl Weird.
Pinky Rose finishes now 32nd. She was the first finisher of the first qualifier. So,
yeah, Pink Kitty Rose had two very phenomenal finishes that I saw. So, this is not quite up there with them, but definitely well positioned to qualify for the brackets. Wow, this restream is a roller coaster. He went from like nothing in the first hour to, everyone getting excited about how everyone was going to finish, and then just everyone making blunders, not finishing. Well, okay, it's hard to call Tom's road a blunder, but it is very unfortunate for him.
One missed check. Nobody really thinks. Sorry, Zelda's lullaby right at the get go. Like, it happens so infrequently to think to check Darunia is. It's a little rough. Earl's hitting up the Sun Song chest, and is he gonna dip Shadow? I don't. If Earl goes in Shadow,
Earl Weird is, for lack of a better term, Earl Weird is fucked. Earl Weird is there's no way Earl Weird remembers that they forgot to check an ice, right? Like, they're just gonna do every single check in the game and then forfeit. That's my best guess. And the only way they can avoid forfeiting is just to remember that they forgot the Ice Cavern check, and that seems really unlikely. Tom is not quite as fucked because Tom, will eventually just have Darunia as a check to route in. But yeah, Tom is definitely not getting a good finish.
Is he going to remember Darunia? Because he did Goron City. I think he did Goron City Pot and the maze already, and he completed the mazes. So will he think to go back to Goron City?
What was his route then? Did he not have Sarias?
I had not had Sarias when he got there.
Yeah, that's really too bad for him. He just orphaned it. Yeah.
Going into the Morpha fight really quick.
Well, on the bright side, I was trying to think of something to ask Earl Weird about in the post-game interview, and now it seems like we have something pretty good to ask him about.
I think we're already cemented on the fact that we're asking Dylan what agenda he has against GTG.
Oh yeah, definitely that. But yeah. Well, we're coming up on the 3-hour mark. Dylan is going to finish in a couple minutes, and will be the victor of our restream. Oh, and Ganon's random text, he mentioned Lon Lon Ranch. I wonder if that could throw someone for a loop. No, I guess not, because you just always get all the Lon Lon checks early.
Yeah, no reason in this setup to not do Lon Lon really as quick as possible. Considering you don't have to find the weird egg to do it.
Okay, Earl Weird actually is going Ice Cavern, so looks like they remembered, and they're going to finish the race. That's really good. We're looking at a real nightmare scenario there.
Now I wonder his logic behind it. Does he think that Song of Time is not Way of the Hero?
Oh, unless he's just going to check King Zora. That would be very unfortunate.
That would be unfortunate. He does have the blue fire equipped, which he would need it for that check, but
this would be the ultimate punishment to the whoever decides the format for standard for not letting King Zora skip happen.
Oh, okay. He's still going. Okay.
Did he also clear out the fountain checks, though? Because that could also be where he's going.
I don't know if he did Ferrari's wind check. I believe he checked underwater.
Okay, this is definitely an Ice Cavern route. Okay.
Yeah, okay. He's moving over there. Casey Necro in 38th. Okay. Dylan's looking good to still snag a top 40. Oh, he didn't do Ferrari's wind check, but okay, he's not going towards it, though. He's still climbing on the platforms. Oh, never mind. J-Bone 25 and C-Falcon take 39th and 40th.
Alright, maybe we should open a bet for what Earl Weird's reaction is going to be to finding this boomerang.
It's times like these, I wish he had a camera on. 10th Doctor and 41st. And GSK and 8.
That's actually a little bit too much input for me. That's like a head in hands moment. Thinking about what the seed could have been.
If he grabbed that boomerang, he probably would have been in probably mid-20s. Oh, no, actually, he'd probably still be finishing right about now. Because when we thought he had the boomerang, we were putting him and Dylan neck and neck.
PGA, Tom is looking for the last strength, which he orphaned on Darunia.
The irony of him beating the Dongo to avoid talking to Darunia. So the guy that has the strength is about to hit him on the shoulders and knock him down in thanks. GG
right.
on Dylan.
Yeah, Dylan, as predicted, several times up and down, has won the restream here. It's probably not a finish that he's going to be too pleased with, but we'll get a chance to ask him about it. And now I think it's pretty obvious what the order is going to be here. Cuphat's made it to Jabu a little bit before Earl, so and has the bunny hood, so can run through Jabu even faster.
Good strats paying off for Cup. I mean, Earl has it too, so.
Oh, I totally missed that Earl picked it up. Yeah, fair enough. Fast Rudo strats. Oh, looks like Dylan joined us.
Hi.
GG.
GG.
I can hear in your voice the exasperation about the GTG situation.
I thought it was completely out of logic. I was very, very confused on how Spirit was in logic, but I think it was because of hover boots and Epona's. You could buy bomb chews to get past the first room. That's the only thing that makes sense to me. Because you can't get past that first. You can't hit the crystal switch without hookshot bow or a bomb bag to buy bomb chews, but I guess also just hovers an opponent to get to the wasteland to buy bomb chews and a wallet. I don't remember where the wallets were though.
Okay, I think what we thought on Restream is that the basement chest of Well is in logic from strength. Is that not true?
No, you would need oh my god. Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah, like
that'll do it. Okay.
Especially when spirit logic is involved, it's tough. Yeah. Not much more to say about that.
Yeah, that'll explain it. Yeah, I was playing very confused for like 2 hours.
With that misplay for GTG, you still did an excellent job and gave us a very entertaining run.
Well, thanks.
The stream was basically shouting no when you ran past GTG. We were sure that you were just gonna like you had the route to victory there, and hey, you still came in first in the restream.
Yeah, I mean, I was feeling very, very solid. If I would have known that was in logic, I wouldn't have psyched myself out into doing DC or like chickens, adult like highly anything. I was planning on going to GTG, and then I started thinking about the logic, and I completely forgot that strength alone will take care of the hook shot in the bottom of the well.
Well, live and learn.
Yeah.
Did you have any other thoughts about the seed?
No. Yeah, like I said, I think I played very well. I'm interested to know like where I was before I didn't go GTG.
It kind of looked like you were set. Yeah, it kind of looked like you were set for like a 15th to 20th place. That was my guess at the time.
Okay.
It's pretty fair assessment. I think that's where we were predicting when that hit. But you still did a great job. And thanks for putting it on the show.
We were quite sure. After the first hour, like nobody on the restream had any usable items other than the bomb chew packs that they picked up. So we really thought it was going to be a long seed, and then like all of the items just ended up being in 3 areas. So you ended up with a bunch of finishes around 2:30.
Yeah.
So how do you keep with it mentally when you get to a seed that's about an hour and 15 minutes in and you still haven't picked up really any progression?
Well, that's been all of my seeds recently, so it's just par for the course. I don't know. I mean, you start to run out of checks eventually, so you got to find something. So it's not that big of a deal until, because even though we weren't getting that many items, I felt like the items I did get, I routed really well. So
You did break logic quite a bit, but yeah, you were actually pretty good ahead when you managed to snag an early bow and early bombs that were out of logic at that time.
yeah.
Looking back onto the restream, Earl and Cup are both in Dodongo. Cup's taking care of Baronade now. Oh, Tom! Tom's gonna get it!
Yeah, okay. Tom finds his orphan strength, and that will put our last restream runner on go mode.
Oh yeah, that was the only thing I messed up on early was I didn't get the strength from Skull Kid. I straight up skipped half the checks in Lost Woods and then left and then had to come back.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, it was a very early, like we knew that strength 3 was very early. I can't remember when the first runner actually picked it up, like all 3, but they kind of, between all 4 of you, we found out about the 3 strengths, yeah, quite early on.
Yeah.
The first half hour, because I think it was Cup first that went to the river to get that one.
Yeah, Cup or whoever else did a really early Zora's River route, so we found out about that. And
no, it wasn't Cup. Waited a really long time. Now I'm second guessing myself.
Was it Tom? I don't know. Anyway, yeah.
I mean, the river strength was my first strength. I don't know when others got theirs, but yeah, I did bottom of the well and then ran straight out to river.
Yeah, it was really looking like once we learned that Song of Time had to be in Ice Cavern, it looked pretty likely that it was just, it was going to be that, because we knew Kokiri Sword, being on right side of the maze, is hard lock, and with a key in the toilet, is hard locked behind Song of Time. But then it ended up just having both of the remaining items that we hadn't seen yet, the Mere Shield and Boomerang, so we were actually just in no mode as soon as someone finished Ice Cavern.
Yeah. Yeah, Song of Time also being there was another reason I was just going to push to GTG in case. It was either that or possibly Boss Key was in River Chest and Water if Song of Time was Way of the Hero. So I was going to go there until, I just got lost in logic.
Yeah, and once you found out where the Boss Key actually was in Water, then, yeah. I guess in a sense it was problematic that there was both Mirror and Boomerang, because if you were sure that Song of Time is Way of the Hero, you would have known for sure it was GTG.
Yeah. I never found the 40 skull hint. Did anyone else find that?
The 40 skull hint was empty. It was next to the Deku tree.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, that was the last hint that we found. We didn't see that one until a couple of hours in.
Skulls. Everything was
Yeah, with Tom finding the strength, we have a pretty close race for second here. It'll come down to basically, can Cup Hat get the one cycle, and I guess can Tom if Cup Hat can't. Earlbeard not too far behind either. Just picking up the Master Sword and running to Ganon's castle.
It's amazing how close this is becoming for second. Earl still has a bit of a march through Ganon's castle, but
Oh, okay.
Oh,
My streams
look
just
at that.
synced up and they enter at the literal exact same time. This is a this is a way more exciting finish for second than I thought it would be. That's like an actual perfect sync.
This is pretty incredible. I just realized that Cuphead is one bottled. He never picked up a second bottle.
I don't even at this point. I don't even remember where the other bottles were.
I don't
I knew one is
either. But like, the fact that Ice Cavern was double, triple way of the hero, and he still managed to finish it out with one bottle and still get to this point is pretty impressive.
So both runners ended up getting a one cycle here. Tom had a bit of an advantage from having the equips already.
Yeah, he menued before going in. Oh yes, the bottle bug was on top of Volcano. That's the one that we're thinking of.
And in DC, yeah.
Oh, Earl getting bodied by the salted pepper shakers.
I've never heard that nickname for them before. I guess it makes sense.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and hop out of here. Thanks for the interview. Thanks for commentating.
Hey,
Yeah,
thanks
so
for
much
being
for
on the stream. Appreciate it.
See you later.
And congratulations on winning the four-way.
Yep, thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Tom just about to finish. Cup picking up the Master Sword again.
Oh, potential bad news for Tom. Oh, no, he recovered. Okay, so Tom gets second on the restream. Will end up, God, who knows, set 68 to 72nd overall. Had like 4 more finishes in the last 2 minutes.
Earl's not very far behind on this.
Ooh, the nice snipe. Well, congrats to Tom on the 78th place, and oh no, Cuphead got sniped.
Oh,
Congrats to Cuphead on the 72nd finish. And we have been joined by Cuphead. GG, Cuphead.
Can y'all let me top 69? Like, come on.
Yeah,
Sorry,
you got sniped for the nice finish, and so did Tom.
Hey.
Well, yeah, GG. We on the restream definitely appreciated the early bunnyhood route.
chat was ecstatic about the early bunnyhood.
That spawn point, it seemed like it was calling for you.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. We were saying the exact same thing. So what did you think of that?
I do
seed
love
overall?
my bunny.
What's your
That's pretty
impression of?
Yeah. It was kind of nice to not have to do any of the stones. We thought it was going to be a really slow seed until all the items were in 3 locations, and then
Yeah, pretty much. Like, I did dip fire and got 3 keys and was like, no. And then didn't enter a stone dungeon for the rest of the seed. I mean, that was nice. The dens worried me a little bit, but after all the people started like pouring in finishes, it worried me a lot less. I was thinking about abandoning Ice Cavern, knowing that the second way of the hero clearly had to be Song of Time, and I was very happy I didn't.
yeah, that would
we
have been pretty bad.
Heroes on there.
That as it's funny you mentioned that. Earl Weird, who's just about to finish, actually went into Ice Cavern with a blue fire, and because of the way he changed his route, going through the to the right first, where you have the freestanding check in the chest, he actually forgot to do the chest that Boomerang was in, so had to go back and get that later.
I've done that before, but I didn't have the excuse of changing my Ice Cavern route for it, and I lost like 2 hours. That was pretty dope.
We have been joined by Tom.
Hello.
GG.
GG.
I will be right back while y'all talk.
Cool.
Well, GG, Tom. So, you know what we all have to ask? How do you feel missing the Darunia check?
Kinda bad. I can't deny that. Yeah. I was feeling kinda good until that later hint. I was like, okay. It should be on the road, like maybe Spirit, maybe GTG, because there was a strength in the river. There was a world where people get that strength in the river before going to Spirit and GTG. So I tried this zone first. And after that, I think I did the field because I was afraid to find something behind explosive. Like, we have bomb shoe, but I wasted so many shoe in this seed.
Yeah, I think your route made sense.
Yeah.
It was well routed.
I did.
It's kind of funny to see that you have a Goron avatar, given what happened in the seed.
Yeah. Yeah, and the hint in the ground, but yes. Yeah,
You also heard that you wound up doing Dodongo's Cavern before finishing up with Darunia.
Yeah, that was the moment, actually. That was the moment where we realized you didn't have Boomerang. Someone in chat... So actually, like, your tracker was doing a good job. Someone in chat mentioned, sorry, I'm mixing you up.
You're mixing up
Earl Weird, who
Earl
just
and
joined us. Yeah, sorry, I missed my segue here. Earl Weird has just joined us as well. So now we have all the restreamers except Dylan, who already left with us right now. Yeah, so Earl, I'm guessing you missed the Ice Cavern check just because of going in there with Blue Fire?
I did not.
I'm talking to Earl here, but Earl hasn't said anything yet. Okay, well, we can come back. Yeah, so Tom, what else did you... you said you were pretty happy with how the seed went. For us, like, just looking at your tracker, it actually looked like you were ahead of everyone, but we already knew that the third strength was on Darunia, who you orphaned, so it was a little unfortunate.
Yeah, unlucky. So yeah, Darunia was on the road for... I mean, a lot of people just didn't try to do Darunias for a long time. The first time Darunia came into my head, I had no truth. So I was like, no, I can't do Darunia alone without the big rolling.
Right.
And yes, that's fatal. That killed me.
So now we have our remaining 3 runners here. I want to say it was an incredible thing on stream for us. You guys all finished within a minute of each other. Everything just started to sync up right at the end.
So many people finished within like a minute. Not even just us on restream. It's crazy how many people poured in.
So many people finished within many different minutes.
Yes. It was a very big race. There were over 100 entrants, so
I was muted before about the ice cavern. I went in there like Summertime had me way of the hero because of Kukiri Sword and GGG, so I was stuck in that being one of the ice caverns way hero. So when I got Mirror Shield, I was like, okay, and everyone's finishing at point like I gotta go Spirit now. It's all there's to it. I just hit on that and lost.
Yeah, that's too bad. But so, did that mean you intentionally skipped the other check, or you just forgot about it?
I intentionally skipped that point. I think if no one finished, I might have gone back. But since people were finishing at that point, it's like I gotta go.
Okay, that's even more interesting to me. I would never have thought to skip that check. I guess it is technically the slowest of the ice cavern checks.
It definitely is.
Yeah. Again,
having to pick up the silver rupees.
Sometimes way hero, Mirror Shield way hero. There's 3 way hero items and 2 double way hero ice cavern. Sure.
Yeah, triple way of the hero ice cavern is bonkers. What the hell? It wasn't even like a somewhat way that, like, there was nothing on Fountain. I assume there was nothing on King Zora because I didn't check. But like, it was just triple ice cavern.
Zora was a rupee, so.
Nice.
So all 3 stone dungeons were completely barren too.
Yep.
But the 3 mini dungeons were all part of this race, so.
Shoutouts to Goron Pod apparently having a bomb bag. I love that hint.
The Trent.
There were some really good hints. There was Iron Boots and left side of the maze, in the maze, and
yeah, that was very good.
Zora River Way, the hero in Zora River.
And how about Bo and TGG after the ice statue?
Yeah, I thought about setting Scarecrow there, and then I realized after I'd save warped, and I was like, man, I should have set it there. I was like, do I even know how to fucking unlock that door quickly? Do I know this puzzle? And I was like, yeah, it's probably faster to save warp, honestly. I just being there bashing
really
things with a hammer for like 5 minutes.
I really wish we could have got to see how the scene goes if King Zora skip was legal. Because triple way of the hero ice cavern.
Speaking of dumb hints, how about the Zeal hint I recommend right after you got Zeal?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was right at the start, too.
Well, these hints were, well, at least most of the Skulltula hints were readily available, except for that Trolley 40 one.
Yeah, it took a while to see the 40, but...
Yeah, we didn't see it on Restream until like the 2-hour mark. I can't remember who got there first.
Earl, I believe, was the first one to get that one.
But yeah, it's cool to see these bunny hood reds. Just takes the right child spawn and the right songs.
Honestly, it probably paid off a little bit. You did save a good amount of time on the overworld with that, and in Jabu.
Yeah, Jabu is really where it pays out a lot because there's not like you can backwalk a lot, but like there's a lot of turns.
Yeah, for sure.
So you save time even over just the fact that I'm saving time because I'm bad, so it helps.
It's also nice if you, for whatever reason, pick it up super early and go to Gerudo Valley as child.
I do find it interesting how much the random spawn points really like feeds into it. I feel like I never did a bunny hood seed in the old settings, even though it's been in the game for Like, I guess it's really a combination of the skull mask can't really plus that. Like,
yeah,
you're not...
Skull Mask being more valuable. Also, yeah, like Skull Mask not being hinted and also just being faster and one of the fewer Sphere Zero checks. Like,
Yeah.
Early prelude hints led to that quite a bit, I would assume.
and yeah, just like previously, in order to reasonably do it, you had to have Prelude and Nocturne. But now, all you need is a Child Cack spawn, which is really likely, because there are so many spawn points.
Yeah. Wow, almost at 100 finishers already. This seed, like, just fast.
Yep, a lot faster than we thought it would be.
It went from 0 to 60 really fast.
Yeah, it was like really slow beginning, and then just all of a sudden, oh hey, I have almost all the items. Where's the last couple? Oh, they're just on the way. Cool. I'll take
Sigh
it.
of relief, I assume you all felt when you found out water was barren. Early
Yeah.
boss there.
Like, I'm fine doing water, though. Yeah, it's always nice at being barren, so you just know that you're just going there for the boss key. You don't have to worry about there just being the item gating everything behind it there. Though, to be fair, I did... One of my better placements in a weekly was rushing stone water for no fucking reason.
Yeah, sometimes that is just how it works out. You do the random gamble, and it... like the classic rush chickens in S3 and win the game.
All right, guys, I will jump in. I think, does anybody have any other questions for our runners?
I think we covered everything pretty nicely.
I think we're good. So as I was mentioning in chat, this is qualifier 5 of, I'm pretty sure it's 16. Do not quote me on that.
Yep.
I do not have it in front of my face. And then after that, we have a whole bracket of 1 versus 1s. Most of them will be restreamed on ZSR, ZSR2, ZSR_3, or ZSR_4. And then there's going to be a whole section of, I think, the next 72 or next 64, I guess?
64.
Next 64 will be the Challenge Cup on the Silver Gauntlets. So yes, there is a ridiculous amount of S4 to come. Thank you, VXR. You're very helpful. You are. You should be a tracker. So I'm gonna pimp this out right here. If I can spell it right. No, I didn't spell it right. There we go. If you would like to help out, we are always looking for more people. So I'm going to boot you guys over to Judge Guido, who has been a supporter of me and a number of my friends and of the channel for a very long time. He still has 2 medallions to go, I believe, maybe 3. And he would love your support. But tomorrow morning at, I want to say it's 1, let me double check the UTC time. I know it's 9 Eastern time. But I can't math myself. It is 2 UTC. That's
1400 UTC.
Yep, 2 p.m. 1400 UTC, 9 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time is the 6th qualifier. And I think J-Bone will be restreaming it. I do not know who's coming it. We will find out then. But I'm also going to give a shout out to our comms, which is going to be everybody on this list. It's going to be Joe and Lobster. We're common the whole way. And then our runners, Tom House, Earl Weird, Dylan Meeble, and Cup Hat. And our trackers who did so much work. Not for the first hour, because there was nothing the first hour. But No Pen, Exadu, Soulblade 128, and Chaos ICX. All right, guys. Thank you so much for coming, and I hope my seat was okay.
Thanks
a lot
for having
doing
me.
this. It was
Thanks,
a pleasure.
everybody.
Thank you very much.
All right. Goodbye, everybody.
Cheers.
Okay.